be there. Because without privacy in your vacation home, it isn't really a vacation. Is it? Only whole vacation homes. Always private. Book on the Vrbo app.
Hey, Rob Bradford here. I have set out on a mission with my good friends at FanDuel to prove what I have known for some time. Baseball isn't boring. Now I have a daily podcast to prove it with some of the most notable people in the baseball world, screaming baseball isn't boring from the mountaintops, or at least agreeing to come on our show. Players, managers, GMs, and yes, even the commissioner of baseball, Rob Manfred. It has been a constant wave of baseball's most powerful voices. So join the revolution. Subscribe and soak in Baseball Isn't Boring. Listen on your Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts. You'll be glad you did.
Get fast, reliable Xfinity Internet. And now, you can add a whole new way to watch the entertainment you love. Introducing Now TV, the best value in live TV and streaming. Just $20 a month. Get over 40 live channels. Plus, watch movies, shows, and live sports with Peacock Premium. A $5.99 a month value, included at no extra cost. Start watching thousands of hours of content in minutes. So, whether you're an action junkie, a sports buff, or a romance fanatic, you can stream all the entertainment you love, all on the network made for streaming. Now through September 21st, get the best value in live TV and streaming, all on the best network. Switch to Xfinity Internet for $25 a month for 12 months, and add Now TV with Peacock Premium included for just $20 a month. Call, click, or visit a store to switch today.
Gresh and Fourier, weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Welcome back. This is the Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Red Sox and the Mariners coming your way momentarily. Cutter Crawford and Logan Gilbert is your pitching matchup, and that's sponsored by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Now we're going to hear from not Alex Cora, but Kyle Hudson, first base coach and outfield coach for the Red Sox. He sat down with Will Fleming, and he's brought to you by your New England Ford dealers and their Discover Summer sales event. With a large inventory in stock, now is the best time to trade in, trade up, and discover your best summer ever with Ford. Here's Kyle Hudson.
Finale in Seattle with the first base coach, Kyle Hudson. And Kyle, I say this every night, that Jarren Duran literally has game-changing speed. He did it again last night. What's it like from your perspective being involved with a guy who, it seems like 2 or 3 times a week, creates runs that no one else on planet Earth would create?
It's fun. It's fun to watch. I mean, I sit back and watch him. I'm not doing anything over there to put him in that position. I'll tell you what, he does everything with intent. And, if you watch him come out of the box, I think that's the most impressive thing that he does, especially when, he hits those 99% singles for everybody else and he turns them into doubles. You watch him come out of the box, and I think that's the most impressive thing to me, is that he puts himself in a position to take that extra base compared to, 99% of the rest of the league who's just going to settle for a single on those. But, yeah, he's very fun, and it's a pleasure being able to see him play the game every night.
It is true that, like with other guys, they're coming to first. It's on you to kind of give them a little helping hand. He makes that decision right away, doesn't he? He knows whether he's going to try, and most of the time he will.
Yeah, and I think he has a really good idea of what he needs to look for and what the outfielder's doing. Like, the guy last night, he took a little bit of deep angle to that ball, and he recognized that right out of the gate. And so he's not going to hesitate, and he puts himself in a position, like I said, out of the box. And so, like, he always wants to get to second base. He's always, we talk about thinking in twos. That's one of the things that we talk about. And it's like he's always thinking, if he's at home plate, he's always thinking about how to get to second base. If he's at first base, he's always thinking about how to get to third base and so on. So I think that's the mentality that he takes every single time he puts a ball in play.
Thinking in twos, that's something I've not heard you say. Tell us what that is with all of your runners. I mean, not everybody is Duran. What are the spots to pick and choose to be aggressive, and what is that philosophy?
Yeah, I think we just got to focus on the little things, right? Like, you're given the 90 feet. Typically you're given the 90 feet. If it's a ball in play, base hit, you got 90 feet. Like, how are you going to put yourself in a position to make it 180 feet, right? And, you do that by the first couple steps out of the box. You do that by your angles that you take around the bases. If you're on first base and base hit, you're thinking about how you're going to get to third base, right? And how do you do that? You do that with your primary lead. You do that with your secondary lead. not just, the distance that you gain with your secondary lead, but the timing that you have on your secondary lead when you land and transition into run. So for me, like, it's a mentality thing, and it's like a discipline thing, and it's a focus thing. Like, we have to have that type of discipline to be able to have that mentality and that focus.
People are focused on Duran. They know that Connor Wong is really fast. From your perspective, you dig into the numbers all the time. You're watching these guys. Who's like the sneaky good base runner on this team that nobody knows about?
Well, I think Justin Turner's got 4 stolen bases this year. You know what I mean? And I think that's an impressive thing. The guy's 40 years old right now, or just below it. But he has the ability to see certain things that pitchers do that are the things that I actually study every single day. And, I'm watching these pitchers every day, studying these pitchers on what they do, their tendencies, keys, tells. He's a guy who can see that. Now, obviously the speed isn't there, but his ability to see that has gotten him in positions to take a couple bases this year, right? And there's a lot of guys, Ref, Duvey, guys like that who have done a really good job in terms of what we look at in video every single day, and they're able to go out on the field in game speed and actually see what we see on video. So that's a huge advantage.
How about Turner? I mean, I find myself blown away watching the guy every day, where you knew he was a good player, but I think it takes watching somebody every day to fully appreciate them. And this dude, it's like every game he finds a way to impact the outcome of the game. What have you taken away from being around him every day?
I was around him a little bit with Baltimore in my playing days. I was never on the same team, was able to watch him from afar a little bit. I'll be honest with you, followed his career a little bit, but never been able to watch him up close like this. And I didn't think he was this good a player, to be honest. I'll be 100% honest. He is a great player. He's a great human. He's a great teammate. He locks in on all the little things we talk about. And I look at players and, like, he's a winning player. He's a winning player, and I think that that's all you can ask for. And there's a reason why he's been in this league for so long. There's a reason why he's put himself in a position to have one of his career years at the age that he's at, and it's really impressive. And for me, it's a pleasure to see a guy like that play the game the way he does.
You're in a position to watch all the video on all these catchers and figure out where your runners can go. I did not know about Patrick Bailey until we were in San Francisco. And legitimately, Kyle, I think the guy's got a chance to be one of the great throwers in the history of the game in terms of his release, the accuracy, everything that he does. Did you know that going in and coming out of it? What did you think of that young kid behind the plate?
Yeah, I mean, he's impressive, right? I mean, we have another guy with us in Connor that throws similar to him, not necessarily the different angles and all that, but the arm strike, they're similar in how they are. And we definitely know it. Bryn does a good job in terms of, like, scouting the opposing catchers, and he gives us a really good rundown. And so we obviously know he's an impact player behind the plate. And we got thrown out a couple times. We didn't necessarily execute what we were trying to execute in terms of, like, the jumps and the breaks. If we would have done that, we probably would have been in position to be safe. And so that's just what it comes down to, really. Like, we have all the information. It's just the ability to actually execute in game at game speed. And if we do that, that's when we're going to take those chances and those risks. If we don't necessarily execute and we still decide to go, then we're probably going to put ourselves in a position. And that's not just with him behind the plate. It's with everybody behind the plate. We have to execute, in the game and game speed.
I think a lot of people in Boston don't have the perspective, obviously, that you do. You're in this room with these guys, and people are thinking, well, this team is positioned to make a run. Why didn't somebody new come over? Why didn't the guys in that room get a little lift? But you've been around them these last 2 days. They're talking to each other. They're meeting. Can you share with our listeners a little bit of the vibe in that room and what the message that's being shared amongst the guys that are here to make this push?
Yeah, those guys in there believe in themselves, and the coaches believe in them. Obviously, the front office believes in them. I think what you're going to see is I think you're going to see a motivated group, and I think they just believe in each other, and the conversations that are being had are like, hey, it's one game at a time. We're gonna go out there. We're gonna do everything that we can to try to win games and try to make up some ground. And we're in a good spot, and we know we have guys coming back from within our organization that's a huge thing. And there's a lot of other organizations that don't necessarily have that right now. And so, we know that that's coming. And like I said, those guys believe in themselves. We believe in them as a staff. And I'm excited to see how these next, 50-some games go.
Speaking of that, last thing for you, Kyle. You got a guy coming back in Trevor Story. You were around him in spring training. I'm blown away, having been around him last year. The preparation, the mentality, but also just the freakish physical ability. When you watch him and you think back to all the things you talked to him about in spring training, how excited are you to get that guy back?
Oh my goodness, yeah. He's he's been in the dugout a lot at home, and the conversations that we're able to have just in terms of like what the pitchers are doing, like he's locked in to that stuff. And not only does he have the physical tools, like he has the mental ability and the ability to see it in game speed, right? And like, so having a guy come back like that, he's obviously going to impact the game in several ways, but on the base paths, it's going to be really fun to see because he's another guy I haven't seen up close, but all the guys in there and players and staff both, they just rave about the way that he's able to kind of run the bases, the way that he's able to prepare and see different things. And so I'm really, really looking forward to have him back around for sure.
We are too, and thanks so much for taking the time, Kyle. Good luck today. Thank you.
Will, thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
That was Kyle Hudson with our own Will Fleming. You can watch the Red Sox pregame show on Twitch. To watch, go to twitch.tv/Boston WEEI. It's brought to you by Subaru of New England. Don't miss out on a Subaru summer. Make the most of the summer in a brand new 2023 Subaru. Details at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Here's today's Red Sox batting order, brought to you by Herb Chambers, New England's largest selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. HerbChambers.com. For the Red Sox, leading off is Jarren Duran in left field, followed by Alex Verdugo on right, Masataka Yoshida doing the DHing, Rafi Devers in the cleanup spot at third base. Adam Duvall will bat fifth in center field. Tristan Casas, your sixth batter at first base, followed by Christian Arroyo at second. Connor Wong doing the catching and batting eighth, and Yu Chang is batting ninth and playing shortstop. This is the Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Coming up next, we'll have our bet du jour along with the injury report, and we'll take a look around the MLB scoreboard. That's all coming up here on the Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show. I'm Christian Arcand. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Bob Daly, owner of Action Auto Parts. We've been doing business in your neighborhood for over 40 years. When it comes to expert auto repair, you can trust the professionals who use quality auto parts and support local businesses like Philip Maxwell Auto Body in North Providence, S&D Road Service in Cumberland, Zink's Automotive and Repair in Cranston, and Kevin's Automotive in Warwick. These are top-notch auto repair shops that I'm pleased to recommend.
Yeah, the right part for the right price. You gotta choose Action Auto Parts.
Has a storm knocked trees down in your yard? Call the friendly team at Warwick Tree Service, 401-826-8733. That's 401-826-TREE. Do you need trees and stumps removed? Warwick Tree Service is the professional team to call and will treat your property with care. And right now, Warwick Tree Service has a special on seasoned cordwood, cut, split, and delivered. Call for pricing. 401-826-TREE for professional work at a fair price. Warwick Tree Service, specializing in perfection. Online at warwicktree.com.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Summer's here. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in car and driver 10 Best history.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
Why?
Why?
If you have T-Mobile 5G home internet, you might be hearing this
Why?
a lot.
Why?
Every time your internet slows down during the busiest hours.
Why?
Why?
Because your network gives priority to cell phone users.
Why?
Good question. Why not switch to Cox Internet with 2 times faster download speeds than T-Mobile 5G home internet during peak hours?
Okay.
Stop the whys and visit cox.com/5G home for details. T-Mobile prioritizes certain T-Mobile phone users over home internet users during times of congestion.
We are the Community College of Rhode Island. You know us as CCRI, and we're more than you think. We have 4 campuses across the state with guided financial aid and scholarship opportunities and the lowest tuition in Rhode Island. We offer daytime, evening, on-campus, and online classes to help you earn your degree on your time, with more than 90 programs to help you discover your career path or advance on the one you already have. And over 70 transfer agreements. CCRI is the smart choice. We know who we are. Now it's your turn. The Community College of Rhode Island. Find your future here.
Verbo Vacation Homes come with 24/7 live support. So if you ever need anything, you can reach a real person in about a minute. Because if it's 4 a.m. and you need assistance, the last thing you want to do is wait to talk to a robot.
Hey, how can I help?
After all, live support is an amenity every vacation home should have. Verbo, private vacation rentals for you and your people.
Odyssey's I'm Listening is our commitment to more mental health conversations. Here's Corey Taylor of Slipknot on getting the help you need.
When people feel like they can't get any help, that's when they isolate and that's when they hurt themselves. Find what works. If it's medication, it's medication. If it's therapy, it's therapy. If it's both, it's both. But don't be afraid to try both. You know, there's nothing wrong with admitting that you need help.
Talk saves lives. For more mental health conversations, visit imlistening.org.
Jones and Mego, weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Welcome back in. This is the Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. I'm Christian Arcan. Nice to have you with us here as we're just about 10 minutes away from first pitch, Red Sox and the Mariners. But now it's time for the Bet du jour, which is brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel is an official partner, the official partner of Major League Baseball. For the Bet du jour here, friends, and I feel like I can call you friends, I'm going with a trend. I'm following a trend. I'm chasing a trend because, I'll be honest, my Bet du jours haven't been great lately. But I'm feeling good about this one because the Mariners strike out a lot. How much? Second most in all of baseball. That's a fact. Look it up. They strike out more than any team other than the Minnesota Twins, and they've been striking out a lot in this series. You remember Nick Pivetta, 10 strikeouts in 7 1/3 innings. Brian Bayo, who pitched last night, got 7 strikeouts, and his average is right around 5. Cutter Crawford, his over-under for strikeouts in this game today is 5.5, and the better odds are the over at plus 112. So I'm hammering that over at plus 112, over 5.5 strikeouts for Crawford. Lock it up. That's your bet du jour. Either lock it up, fade it, do whatever you want. I wouldn't blame you either way here, the way my bets have been going lately. But you can't deny that the Mariners have been whiffing a ton all season long, really, but certainly in this series, and I expect that to continue here with Cutter Crawford. It's time now for the Subaru of New England scoreboard. Don't miss out on a Subaru summer. Make the most of the summer in a brand new 2023 Subaru. Details at SubaruofNewEngland.com. First and foremost, we got 3 finals to tell you about already. The Braves with a 12-5 walloping of the Angels. Ronald Acuna, Austin Riley, and Matt the Bat Olson, all with home runs for the Braves as they take the series. The Detroit Tigers came away with a 6-3 win over the Pittsburgh Pirates. Riley Green with a solo home run for Detroit. And the Nationals took a 3-2 win over the Brewers this afternoon in D.C. Couple of games in progress to tell you about. We're in the top of the 3rd inning in Colorado. The Padres enjoying a 3-0 lead over the Rockies. The Orioles and the Blue Jays, that game will get underway at 7 o'clock tonight as Grayson Rodriguez gets the start opposite Yusei Kikuchi. The Twins and the Cardinals, a 7:45 start in St. Louis. Joe Ryan and Dakota Hudson will be the starters in that one. It's the second game of that series. White Sox and the Rangers get going at 8:05. Dylan Cease, who did not not get traded at the deadline will be going opposite against Dane Dunning of the Texas Rangers. That one getting underway at 8:05. An 8:05 start between the Reds and the Chicago Cubs, the two Red Seas. You got Drew Smiley going for the Cubs. Brandon Williamson gets the start for the Reds. An 8:10 start time for the Royals and the Mets. Cole Reagans will be getting the start opposite Kodai Senga of New York, as the Mets, another team now, maybe not competing for a couple of years as it were. The Diamondbacks and the Giants will get going at 9:45 tonight in San Francisco. Logan Webb getting the start for the Giants. Dodgers will host the Oakland A's at 10 o'clock tonight. Tony Gonsolin and Hogan Harris are your starting pitchers there. Rays and the Yankees, a 7:05 start time in an AL East matchup. Garrett Cole and Shane McClanahan, two of the leaders in the AL East Cy Young race, going at it. That's a marquee matchup there, the pitching matchup anyway, as this matchup could be an important one for both teams. The Phillies and the Marlins, they'll get going at 6:40 as the Marlins turn to Braxton Garrett. Zach Wheeler getting the start for Philly. And the Guardians and the Astros, that game's in the bottom of the 6th inning right now. They are knotted up at 2 runs apiece. Want to tell you now about the injury report, which is presented by Ketch's Law Group, New England's injury pros. Since 1986, Ketch's has won over $2 billion for their injured clients, and you never pay unless Ketch's wins. Injured? Schedule a free legal evaluation at 508-321-7000 or at ketcheslaw.com. There's a lot of injury-related news here, so let's go ahead and start with this. Chris Sale opened his minor league rehab assignment yesterday with 2+ innings for Worcester. The game was played in Syracuse. Sale had one hit, and no runs. He walked 2, struck out 3, threw 40 pitches, 26 of them for strikes. Didn't have great command, but he did hit 96 on the radar gun. So that's a promising thing there for Sale as he continues to work back to the big club. Reese McGuire was activated from the 10-day injured list yesterday. He hit a home run in his first game. But here's another one that's very important, as Garrett Whitlock and Tanner Houck all making trips to the injured list at various points in 2023. They've missed a ton of time so far this year, but Alex Cora is hoping that Whitlock, Tanner Houck, and Chris Sale will all be back with the Red Sox when they play the Washington Nationals. That series begins on August 15th. It's about 2 weeks away, and the expectation is that Sale could pitch the weekend before at Fenway against the Tigers if all goes well in his next rehab assignment. That's a big deal for a lot of reasons. Number one, Chris Sale, before he got hurt, was pitching about as well as he has in 5 years. And for Houck and Whitlock, I mean, this is a team that certainly needs help in the starting rotation, and I would say in the bullpen too, as we just discussed with Lou Merloni not long ago here. There's a possibility those guys come back and their roles aren't defined as regular starters. They're not coming out and making regular starts. They may be taking on a Nick Pivetta type of role, one of those two. Maybe they'll be openers. Maybe it'll be something completely different. Maybe one of them will be a setup man. Both of these guys have had success in the bullpen, and I think a lot of people, myself, and I think Lou too included, wouldn't be at all bothered by seeing them go back there and be bullpen arms. And again, in lieu of any moves really getting made at the trade deadline, this is what you're getting. These guys coming back from injury, unfortunately, because it's a cliche that very few people like, other than Sam Kennedy. It's one of those cliches that no one really likes to hear. But rather than making trades and going out and bringing in players from outside the organization, the Red Sox decided to wait for their guys to come back. And that's what they're doing, and this is when it's going to happen. So there you go. 2 weeks or so, a little bit less, and you will be, hopefully, without any setbacks, seeing the trio of Chris Sale, maybe even a little bit sooner than that for Sale, hoping he gets in against Detroit, along with Garrett Whitlock and along with Tanner Houck. That's what's going on with the injury news, and that's just about all the time I have here, as we'll send things back out to Seattle, Washington, the Red Sox and the Mariners. It's the rubber match of the series. Hang tight. Red Sox are in action next, right here on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network. You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. I'm Christian Arcand. Red Sox and the Mariners are next.
You've been listening to the Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show. Proudly brought to you by Mass Mutual. Mass Mutual. Insurance, planning, investments. The Red Sox are coming up next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Set summer in motion with the most fun-to-drive Honda vehicles yet. Like the Civic, the vehicle car and driver called more fun to drive than the competition. And the HR-V, with sleek exterior styling and smooth, responsive handling. Summer's here. Chase fun in the sun with Honda.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Car and driver, October 2021.
Hi, I'm Bob Daly, owner of Action Auto Parts. We've been doing business in your neighborhood for over 40 years. When it comes to expert auto repair, you can trust the professionals use quality auto parts and support local businesses like Philip Maxwell Auto Body in North Providence, S&D Road Service in Cumberland, Zink's Automotive and Repair in Cranston, and Kevin's Automotive in Warwick. These are top-notch auto repair shops that I'm pleased to recommend.
Yeah, the right part for the right price. You gotta choose Action Auto Parts.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
How powerful is Cox Internet? So powerful that one day, your daughter will be able to simulate a soccer match against some of the world's best players right from your backyard. Get gig speeds powered by fiber from Cox. It's internet built for tomorrow, today. Internet delivered through Cox's hybrid fiber coax network. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions apply.
When you stay at a Vrbo, you always get the whole home. The whole upstairs, the whole downstairs, and the whole nap room. Only whole vacation homes, always all yours. Book on the Vrbo app.
You've been wanting to check out that news story that everyone's talking about, but you just can't find the time. That's why the On Deadline podcast is here. We pull together interviews from Odyssey's radio newsrooms across the country and add important context so you can really get the news fast. From wildfires and catastrophes at sea to new laws and presidential candidates, we'll have coast-to-coast coverage for you all in one place. Subscribe to On Deadline on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your podcasts.
Don't miss out on a Subaru summer. Savor summer's adventures in a brand new 2023 Subaru Forester with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive for your everyday adventures and off-road excursions. The Forester is the SUV for all you love. Buy with 3.9% financing or lease for just $315 per month. Details at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
If new Heineken Silver was at the invasion of Troy.
Oh my, the Greeks sent us a big wooden horse.
Oh no, it's full of armed and angry soldiers! And we only have these ice-cold Heineken Silvers to defend ourselves.
Forget plundering. Let's party!
Get all the taste, no bitter endings. Crisp and refreshing Heineken Silver. Only 3.2 grams of carbs and 95 calories. Order now at Heineken.com/silver. Must be 21 and older to purchase. Enjoy Heineken responsibly.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/JOY.
The Rich Keefe Show. Weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. This is...
And the Boston Red Sox are the world champions.
Red Sox Baseball.
And it is good! And Boston strong!
On the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
For the first time in 86 years.
The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaws and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh. Catches Law Group, New England's injury law pros at catcheslaw.com.
And it's good!
Subaru of New England. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Mass Mutual. Insurance, planning, investments. Sponsored by Nissan. Nissan makes cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. Drains by James. Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipeline.
And that ball is gone into the front row of the monster seats.
Big Y World-Class Market. It's more than food. It's my Big Y. Buy cars for kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
Looking up, Grand Slam!
By Mike's Amazing, the official mayonnaise of the Boston Red Sox. Ford Trucks, official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
We're going to drive to left field. There are a couple runs way gone.
Arbella, here for good. And by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Long gone into the monster seats.
Sponsored by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Dig Safe. Click digsafe.com or call 811 before you dig. Cape Cod Lumber. Find the lumber for your next project. cclco.com.
Holy cow!
Sponsored by Sherwin-Williams. Savings and support start day one. Unlock the Pro Advantage at swproplus.com today. Sponsored by Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. Now, with all the play-by-play action, here's Will Fleming and Lou Merlone.
Absolutely spectacular afternoon in Seattle, Washington. We welcome you to T-Mobile Park, the home of the Seattle Mariners, for the rubber match of this three-game series between the Boston Red Sox and the Seattle Mariners. Today, the Red Sox hand the ball to Cutter Crawford, and they will be opposed by yet another great young right-handed starter for the Mariners, Logan Gilbert. Will Fleming and Lou Merlone welcoming you on about the greatest day of the entire year in the Pacific Northwest. It could not be nicer. Sun splashed, mood is good. The Red Sox, with a big win last night, are on the field with a chance to win this three-game series. Lou, and with Cutter Crawford, a place where he's got great memories, it feels like the Red Sox have an opportunity to split this West Coast road swing and head home with some real energy heading into a series with the Blue Jays.
Well, if they did, it'd be a big boost, too. I mean, just looking forward may not mean much. We'll see, but you can take the season series from Seattle as well as far as that wild card spot goes. But it's got to do with the bats, and they're going to face another great young pitcher here in Seattle, Logan Gilbert. A lot of people feel like he's maybe the better of the three. Who knows? But he's a tough one. They faced a couple good ones the last few nights. They've worked some pitch counts. They've got the guys out early, but more importantly, they've been swinging the bats better here the last 2 days here in Seattle. And that's got to continue. This team goes as their offense goes. Put up some runs, and let's get back home.
Most importantly, you scooted to the ballpark.
Yes.
I had the Poke Bowl. We're full in on the superstitions.
I dig the scooter.
Yeah, it's very good.
I really do.
You pass like 7 Starbucks on the way to the ballpark, and why not get it back in gear?
Here's the thing. In Seattle, and this might be hard for people to believe back in Boston, there are more Starbucks than there are Dunkin' Donuts. It is, like in Boston, it is amazing.
Yeah.
It is on like every other block. There's a Starbucks. And I have enjoyed each and every one of them.
Yeah, you've been loaded up, and we are ready for a fun time here in Seattle. Meantime, Lou, you know, the Red Sox, you talk about the offense dictating everything that they do. Alex Cora in that third base dugout has got to be feeling very good, not only about the man who's on deck to start this ballgame, Jarren Duran, but Yoshida, great swings last night. Devers looking good. Verdugo hit the bomb. Casas, the left-handed hitters in this lineup are on fire.
Yeah, two guys in particular. You know, Yoshida, he's been pretty consistent, I would say, but, he was running into an 0 for 19, and he really had some struggles out here out west. You talk about the travel and how it's different for him, the time zones, and he didn't look right at all in San Francisco. But the night before, 0 for 5, game 1, but he hit the ball in the screws 3 times, got no love for it. Last night got a couple of knocks, so that was really good to see. But Alex Verdugo, and it's been a while now. It's almost felt like the entire month of July he really struggled. He's now riding a little 5-game hitting streak. Now it's 1 hit a game, but there's also better contact. There's better at-bats. He looks more like the guy in the first 3 months, and it's good to see those two guys clicking.
He told us last night, as he looks out at the Mariner Moose dancing around on the third base side, that it was a weight lifted, that he wasn't going to be traded, and I think you can expect more things. By the way, look at this. Alex Verdugo, if you want to see a guy feeling good, he is literally mimicking the activities of the Mariner Moose on the third base side, so it's fair to say that despite all the hand-wringing in Boston around the trade deadline, this group is loose, and they're feeling good. Here comes Logan Gilbert out of the Mariners' first base dugout. And he is ready to begin his warm-up tosses. Time now for the Morgan & Morgan starting lineup, brought to you by America's largest injury law firm. Well, Duran is the left fielder today, as he has been in this series. He leads off. He's in left, and then Alex Verdugo is the right fielder batting second. Masataka Yoshida is the designated hitter. He bats third. Rafi Devers, we thought he homered last night. He is in the cleanup spot. He's at third. Adam Duvall in center field, really swinging it. He bats fifth. Tristan Casas, the first baseman, bats sixth. Then Christian Arroyo gets another start. He had the key swing of the game last night. He's at second base, and he bats seventh. Connor Wong catches, batting eighth, and Yu Chang is the shortstop, and he bats ninth. For Scott Service and the Seattle Mariners, who come in 55 and 52, really kind of on the fringes of the wild card chase in the American League. They will lead off with J.P. Crawford. He's the shortstop. Then Julio Rodriguez, the center fielder, bats second. Eugenio Suarez plays third. He bats third. And then Cal Raleigh is the designated hitter, and he cleans up. Ty France, the first baseman, bats fifth. Teoscar Hernandez, surprised he's still here in these Seattle circles. He's in right field batting sixth. Dominic Canzone in left field batting seventh. Tom Murphy catches and bats eighth. And Dylan Moore is the second baseman, and he bats ninth. Those are your starting lineups, brought to you by America's largest injury law firm. And Lou, I'm going to lean on you here for powering possibilities, which is brought to you by Comcast Business. Complete connectivity, cybersecurity, internet, and mobile, all from one provider. Comcast Business is powering possibilities. A lot of choices from the Red Sox in their lineup today, but who's your pick to click?
I'm going to go with Massa. I'm going to go Massa. I like the right field side of it. Feel like he's been swinging the last couple of days. Nice little day Wago for him. I think he goes deep.
Day Wago indeed. Jarren Duran is ready to go. The Red Sox in the blue tops above gray pants. Mariners in their traditional home whites, and it could not possibly be a better night for baseball. And indeed, it's actually an afternoon as Logan Gilbert winds. He throws, and Duran takes a fastball outside, ball 196, and we're underway.
A lot of these young arms, very similar. 96, top of the zone. They love to pound the zone. Gilbert doesn't walk many guys either. We're talking about Kirby. This guy comes after you.
1-0 is pop foul on the third base side. So many quality at-bats lately for Duran. It's 1-1. It is 77 degrees at 110. Time and temp brought to you by Window Nation. Protect and increase the value of your home today. Call 866-90-NATION. Go online at windownation.com. The 1-1 is the first curveball we've seen. He's got a knuckle curve, a lot like Cutter Crawford, who will start for the Red Sox. That one misses inside, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, 96 fastball, slider curve, and that split with 2 strikes later in the game, too. He loves it.
Here's a high fly ball into deep right center field, but Rodriguez from center is right in front of the warning track. He's there to make the play. Duran just missed that one, and there's one away.
Yeah, Gilbert attacks with the fastball a lot more. Kind of like what we saw the other night from Miller and Kirby, especially the first time through the order. Gets away from it as the game goes on. The split becomes more relevant. And that's definitely his strikeout pitch. When he gets 2 strikes, he loves throwing that split.
DJ Rayburn is the home plate umpire today. Brian Knight at first, John Libka at second, and Clint Vondrack is at third. Here's Verdugo, who takes a fastball outside for ball 1. I just think it has been the case all year long, Lou, when the Red Sox hitters are taking pitches that are close for balls, good things follow. The 1-0 is another good take, a fastball, and it's 2-0.
Well, especially this guy here, Justin Turner out of the lineup, getting another day off. Very similar at bats from both of these guys for the first 3 months or so. Battling short strokes, always count on contact. And Verdugo in the month of July sort of lost that approach.
2-0 is a strike at the very bottom of the zone, and it's 2-1.
Well, he's looking a lot more comfortable here on the West Coast. Finally broke up that 0-for-21 out in San Francisco, and you could just see him breathe a little bit and look a lot more comfortable at the plate.
2-1 with one down, just underway. The pitch is a strike. Slider on the inside corner. Verdugo asking DJ Rayburn about it. Looked good, and it's 2-2.
Gilbert, first round pick back in 2018, 14th overall, having a good July. Had a good July, I should say. 4-0 with a 2.78 ERA in 5 starts.
Here's the pitch, and it is looped down the left field line foul. I think even foul swings like that from Verdugo tell you he's feeling good. He's got 8 homers, 41 driven in last night. First home run since the first week of July. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Verdugo. Gilbert throws, and Doogie takes low, a splitter, and it's 3-2.
Yeah, the pitch before he fouled off was a split as well, first one of the game, and looked like he had a good look at that one. The one was down, just bounced right at Murphy's ankles. That usually gets a swing and miss on it.
3-2 pitch is low, ball 4, and Verdugo is the game's first base runner. We take 10 seconds for station ID in the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Will Fleming and Lou Merlone at absolutely beautiful T-Mobile Park in Seattle, Washington. Runner aboard in Verdugo with 1 down, and here's Masataka Yoshida. He takes a strike on the outside corner. That was a borderline pitch, but called strike 1 to Yoshida. The game last night, Yoshida doubled, singled. He was 2 for 4. Left-handed hitter deep in the box. Waits. Verdugo, not much of a lead at first. Here's the 0-1. And that almost hit Massa. In fact, I don't know how it didn't. A knuckle curveball in the box right in front of him, and it's 1-1.
Nice. By Murphy, Tom Murphy behind the dish. He's there better. I mean, he can hit. There's no question about it. But Cal Raleig's a little bit better back there as far as throwing the baseball goes. Murphy, 2.05 pop time. They took advantage of that in game 1. See if the Sox kind of challenge that slow time.
Here's the pitch to Massa, and it's swung on a miss. Man, he does not do that often. Feet sliding around to the batter's box way over the top of a slider. And it's 1-2.
I've never seen him come out of his shoes like he just did right there.
Trying to go down. He heard that you thought he was going to homer today. 1-2 with Verdugo at first and 1 down. Gilbert throws, and Massa swings and crushes one foul down the right field side. He looks good and comfortable at the plate, and it stays 1-2. Massa begins the Safe Light Auto Glass part of the order. Every home run hit by Sox batters 3 through 6. Safe Light donates $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank.
Well, this guy's got a good split. It seems like Massa's more comfortable against splits than he is straight changeups.
Here he swings and misses at a splitter, and he is gone. Massa looking back at the home plate umpire, DJ Rayburn, but he is struck out, and with Verdugo at first, they're 2 down.
Yeah, that was a good one down and away. He couldn't lay off. The ball he sliced or hooked rather down that foul pole was also a changeup. He doubled them up.
So now here is Rafi. Devers in the game last night walked and scored. With a deep drive to the wall in right in the 7th. The pitch to him is a little low. A fastball from Gilbert. And it's 1-0. Logan Gilbert comes in 9-5 with a 3.83 ERA, 111 hits and 124 2/3 innings. 121 strikeouts against only 21 walks. Those numbers are marvelous. The 1-0 is crushed high in the air into center field. Rodriguez, though, circles around it with his feet just in front of the warning track. He's there to make the play. And the inning is over. Devers, again, just missed that one, as Duran did too. We go to the bottom of the first. Scoreless. Cutter Crawford to the mound after this. In the Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
Some companies are big. Others are small. To Robert Half, their hiring needs are equally huge. At Robert Half, our specialized recruiting professionals elevate their expertise with proprietary AI tools to transform candidate discovery, assessment, and selection. Whether sourcing talent locally or in any geography that works for you, Robert Half can pinpoint hard-to-find candidates in finance and accounting, technology, marketing and creative, legal, and administrative and customer support. At Robert Half, we know talent.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Summer's here. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
JOY.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
To the bottom of the first, Cutter Crawford on the mound for the Red Sox, who did not score in the top half of the opening inning. J.P. Crawford leading it off, then Julio Rodriguez and Eugenio Suarez in Herb Chambers' batting order as Crawford takes a pitch outside, looked close, called a ball, and it's 1-0.
Right out of the gate, fastball down the zone, looked like a strike.
Crawford throws, and a high drive in his center field, but right at Adam Duvall. He takes one step back to his right. He's there to make the play, and there's one away.
And there's some hard-hit balls, aren't there, in center field, left center field. J.P. Crawford leaned on this, just line drive to center. Duvall didn't have to move. If an outfielder has to go back, center field, left center to the warning track, that ball's smoked. Even the home run we saw earlier is right down that line to left field. It was Suarez.
I need somebody to tell me whether that's the first ever Crawford on Crawford matchup, as Cutter throws to Julio Rodriguez, and he misses down and away with the cutter, and it's 1-0.
I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, there have to be.
It's not like Winkowski versus Winkowski, you know?
Here's a pitch that's held off on the first base side, and it's 1-1. Yeah, Bernardino.
That would be a tough one.
Yoshida. I mean, I think Brandon Crawford is likely to have faced another Crawford pitcher in his career. 1-1 to J-Rod. The pitch is popped up. Shallow center field. Back on it goes the second baseman, Arroyo, calling everybody off, and he's there to make the play. Duvall almost ran into him, but Christian makes the play, and they're two down very quickly. That'll bring up Eugenio Suarez behind Cutter. Tristan Casas is the first baseman. Arroyo at second. Chang at shortstop with Devers at third. Duvall anchors the outfield. He's in center. And in left. Here is the man they call Gino. He takes a pitch right on the inside corner. First knuckle curve on the corner. That's 0-1. Cutter 5-5 with a 3.86 ERA. This is his 21st appearance, his 13th start. The 0-1 is looped down the left field line. Trouble if fair, but foul. Young fan reached out over the wall at the last section of box seats, made a play with the glove, and it's 0-2.
Well, be curious to see with Crawford here tonight how the fastball plays. You know, he's on regular 4 days rest, and that hasn't really been good for him. He's had 3 starts on 4 days rest with a 7.07 ERA. When he gets 5 or 6, it's almost like he seems to have a little more life on his fastball, gets more swing and misses, and everything sort of plays off it, right? That cutter, curveball, slider's been really good for him lately. He's got a split, got the full arsenal.
Here's the 0-2 pitch to Suarez, and that is low and in. Splitter. And it's 1-2 in the Herb Chambers batting order. Brought to you by Herb Chambers, Audi Burlington, and Audi Brookline. 1-2, 2 down in the first. Base is empty. The pitch fouled off on the first base side. Cutter had one of his great moments. In fact, sort of a breakout statement made by him right here last year on the 12th of June. In Seattle, 5 innings when he was thrust into the rotation. Shut out from Crawford with only 1 hit. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He struck him out. There's the fastball whiff you're looking for, and it ends the first. Suarez, I think, just broke his helmet, spiking it outside the batter's box. 1-2-3 for Cutter. To the second we go. Scoreless, it'll be Duvall, Casas, and Arroyo on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
How powerful is Cox Internet? So powerful that one day, your daughter will be able to simulate a soccer match against some of the world's best players right from your backyard. Get gig speeds powered by fiber from Cox. It's internet built for tomorrow, today. Internet delivered through Cox's hybrid fiber coax network. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions apply.
Some companies are big, others are small. To Robert Half, their hiring needs elevate their expertise with proprietary AI tools to transform candidate discovery, assessment, and selection. Whether sourcing talent locally or in any geography that works for you, Robert Half can pinpoint hard-to-find candidates in finance and accounting, technology, marketing and creative, legal, and administrative and customer support. At Robert Half, we know talent.
Set summer in motion with the most fun-to-drive Honda vehicles yet. Like the Civic, the vehicle Car and Driver called more fun to drive than the competition. And the HR-V, with sleek exterior styling and smooth, responsive handling. Summer's here. Chase fun in the sun with Honda.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Car and Driver, October 2021.
Hi, this is Adam Duvall. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Adam Duvall indeed to lead it off for the Red Sox in the top of the second. Herb Chambers batting order sponsored by Herb Chambers, Lexus of Sharon and Lexus of Hingham. And Ben Charlton is Johnny on the spot as Duvall greets us as we go to the second inning. Right-handed hitter. Gilbert throws, and Adam takes a fastball low for ball one. We've been so lucky on this West Coast swing. San Francisco, Seattle, absolutely gorgeous weather. The 1-0 is swung on and missed. Perfect conditions in two of the great ballparks in the game. And, you know, I know you get this all the time, Lou. People ask me, what's your favorite ballpark to visit on the road? There's the 1-1 to Duvall, and that is strike good curveball from Gilbert. It's 1-2. For whatever reason, I sometimes forget this place.
No, I always mention this one. Of course, I always called it Safeco. Now it's T-Mobile Park. But Seattle was always, this place was always one of my favorites. We mentioned 03. I finally went to San Fran. That's another one. So this trip, basically two of the better ballparks, I think, in the game.
1-2 to Duvall is outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Duvall in the game last night. Hit by pitch and scored in the series. His only activity other than pinch hitting chance in the 9th inning on Monday. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Really good slider. And the ball is gone.
Yeah, but Duvall has looked better the last 7 games. 7 for 25, but there's 3 doubles, a couple of home runs, and really helps this lineup balance it out really with that right-handed pop with all these lefties.
Here comes Tristan Casas. He just had a word with DJ Rayburn, which we all know what that was. Hey, DJ, I might yell about the location of a pitch. It has nothing to do with you. The pitch to Tristan is a check swing. He did not go. On a slider down and in, ball 1.
They had him mic'd up the other night, and I think you actually heard him say, "Oh, feel free to disagree," after he told the umpire, which I thought was a nice touch.
1-0 is swung on and missed. The slider, and it's 1-1.
Because that's part of his routine. Like, he gets up there and he's taking, and he's so intense that, you know, ball's off the plate, and he'll yell away. Or the ball he thinks is down, he'll yell down. So to actually tell the umpire that it's okay if he disagrees and calls it a strike, it's all about relationships. Forming relationships with umpires.
And he is totally evolving a little bit in terms of his conversational style with the men in black. 1-1 with 1 down in the second. We're scoreless in Seattle. Instead of sleepless, the pitch to Casas misses outside. Another good take on a curveball, and it's 2-1.
He's also evolved, too. I mean, it was clockwork. He never called the timeout until once he got 2 strikes. Now you see it a lot more after maybe the first swing or the first strike.
Here's a pitch that's golfed into right field. Not hit well at all. The right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez, is there to make the play. And very quickly, there are 2 down. That ends the Safelite Auto Glass part of the order. Remember, when Red Sox batters 3 through 6 hit a home run, Safelite donates $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. So here now, Christian Arroyo, who In the fourth inning last night, had an enormous 2-run double down the right field line. 3 homers, 24 driven in. Unlike him, a 272 on-base average this year as Arroyo takes a fastball high for ball 1. He's always a free swinger. It's almost impossible to walk Christian Arroyo. 1-0. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Man, is that a good sharp slider. And it's 1-1.
Yeah, Gilbert's really mixing it well. He's got the fastball. It's getting up to about 96. Slider, split, knuckle curve, kind of even distribution from that point on, keeping these guys off balance.
He looks good. The 1-1 is swing and a miss. Christian tried to stop, could not. 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 1-2. Gilbert wants a new baseball. Arbella Insurance Foundation is dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. Every strikeout from a Red Sox pitcher during this year, Arbella donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. 1-2 to Christian Arroyo. Here's the pitch. Swinging a high fly into left field, but Cade Marlowe's there. He makes the play, and the inning is over. Logan Gilbert is locked in. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the second. Scoreless in the Shaws and Star Market. WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Have you ever covered a carpet stain with a rug, ignored a leaky faucet, pretended your half-painted living room is supposed to look like that? Well, you're not alone. We've all got unfinished home projects, but there's an easier way. When you download Thumbtack, it's easier to care for your home from top to bottom. Pull out your phone and in just a few taps, you can search, chat, and book highly rated pros right in your neighborhood. Plus, you'll know what to tackle next because Thumbtack is the app that shows you what to do, who to hire, and when. So say goodbye to all those unfinished home projects and say hello to caring for your home the easier way. Download Thumbtack and start a project today.
Some companies are big, others are small. To Robert Half, their hiring needs are equally huge. At Robert Half, our specialized recruiting professionals elevate their expertise with proprietary AI tools to transform candidate discovery, assessment, and selection. Whether sourcing talent locally or in any geography that works for you, Robert Half can pinpoint hard-to-find candidates in finance and accounting, technology, marketing and creative, legal and administrative, and customer support. At Robert Half, we know talent.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Summer's here. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
Take Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Cal Raleigh leads it off in the bottom of the second. Cutter Crawford back to the mound. He was very good in the first. And the right-hander into his compacted wind throws, and Raleigh swings and misses at a cutter from Cutter, and it's on one. You know, interestingly, Lou, for the first 2 months of the season, Cutter's cutter was not good. I mean, it was the pitch that got hammered the most, as the 0-1 is fouled back, another fastball, and it's 0-2. But lately, he's changed some things about it, and it's gotten much better results.
Well, it's a really good pitch for him, and it's good to play off that fastball. That slider's been really good as late, too. Getting a lot of swings and misses on that, kind of expanding that cutter, taking a little off.
0-2, swing and foul back by Raleigh.
Got Connor Wong right in the face mask.
He's got the old school combo, helmet turned backwards with the mask in front. We've been singing the praises of this beautiful city, the Emerald City, Seattle, Washington. One of the things that has happened more today than the previous two is that whether you're on a scooter or a bike or walking around, today you really feel and smell the sea air. The 0-2 is down and in, a sweeper, and it's 1-2. Like you just taste and smell that ocean water.
Yeah, it was a beautiful day here today. Crisp, not a cloud in the sky. Can't beat it.
Crawford is ready. The 1-2 pitch. It is high and outside. What a joy it is, too, to have the gift of going around all these great major league cities with a team like the Red Sox, competitive big games, and to just experience all these different places. The 2-2 is high and tight, and Raleigh works the count full. That just sort of hits me more on days like this and cities like this where here we are, 3,000 miles away from home in this glorious place. Crawford ready, the 3-2. Swinging a chopper to first. Casas is there behind the line. He's there to make the play, underhands to Crawford, and there's one away.
Boy, I tell you, every time this guy gets up to the plate now, Cal Raleigh, it's like, he's got a couple of home runs there in game one were the difference against Nick Pivetta. He had a game back in Boston with a couple of home runs as well. He's had some games here against the Sox. It's 4 home runs, or more home runs than anyone's hit against them this year.
For a New England guy, doesn't seem right. Here's Ty France. Very good at the plate. One down in the second. Crawford is ready. He throws, and a foul ball on the third base side. On a curve, it's 0-1. Lou, the Mariners and Red Sox are in somewhat similar positions as organizations, and yet they're sort of polar opposites, where the Mariners have this young core of starting pitching that should set them up for a long while. 0-1. Crawford is ready. Here's the pitch, and it's swung on a miss. That's a great slider, and it's 0-2. Whereas the Red Sox, are still searching for a great core of young arms. Crawford could very well be a part of that picture. Bayo pitched last night. The ball's 2 strikes with 1 down in the second. Crawford throws, and he misses outside with a cut fastball. It's 1-2. But I can understand everybody thought that Ty France would be moved at the deadline. This is a really good hitter that they got from the Padres, and Jerry DiPoto hangs on to France. The 1-2 is up and in.
Well, they just underperformed offensively. Even the great, Julio Rodriguez not having maybe the year that you would expect. I thought Teoscar Hernandez, we've seen him in Toronto, thought he's just an offensive monster. He hasn't really swung it the way they would have liked. France here as well.
2-2 pitch is just outside. It's 3-2.
But you mentioned that rotation. I mean, it's young, it's electric. You throw in a guy like Luis Castillo in there with it. It almost has a feel of the Miami Marlins in the offseason. Like, hey, we got all these great young arms. Who's that one big bat? What's that big deal we can do to improve our offense? Because even if we let one go, we still got a great staff.
3-2. Swing and a miss. He got him with a cut fastball, and they're 2 away. Yeah, I mean, at some point, you have to deal from surplus to improve your team.
Yeah, you look at the Marlins. They got a rise for Lopez. He went up to Minnesota, so it's just a 1-for-1 deal. It was a team looking for pitching and a team looking for hitting. This team here in Seattle, I can see something similar in the offseason as well. They got some really big arms in this rotation.
Here now is Teoscar Hernandez, right-handed hitter who kills the Red Sox. At least he did with the Mariners, rather with the Blue Jays. He takes cutter outside, ball 1. We'll get you the league leaders and who's circling the drain. Presented by Drains by James, Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipe lining. The 1-0. That's right there. Fastball. And it's 1-1. I know you agree, Lou. It's better facing the Blue Jays without this dude in the middle of their lineup.
You're not kidding. After all those big guys, all of a sudden this guy would come up and seem like he would clear the bases on you.
There's the 1-1, and it's a strike on the outside corner. It's a really good point you make, which is I feel like everybody focused on Bichette and Teoscar and all the guys
Springer.
the Blue Jays had, and then he snuck up on you, whereas it's a different story here.
Yeah, felt like you got through Vlad, and it was always like, you take a deep breath, and this guy would come here and hit one over the monster, a big knock.
1-2. Swinging a high pop foul on the first base side. That'll make the seats.
Speaking of the Jays, they just put Bo Bichette on the 10-day IL. Came out of that game with some concerns about his knee. I guess nothing structurally damaged, which is good news for the individual.
Still worried about him. I
Not
guess
good news for the AL East.
No. I guess you call it plantar tendonitis.
Yeah.
Angels have already lost today. They got blasted by the Braves, 12-5. Here's the pitch to Hernandez, and a curveball bounces well in front of the plate. It's 2-2.
I thought the Angels were one of the deadline winners.
No.
No?
And like, this is why I think so much of the immediate knee-jerk reaction is overcooked. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the pitch. Hernandez fouls it off. I mean, the Angels, they've got a different formula than everybody because they're trying to do everything they can to keep Shohei Ohtani, who has said he's not going to stay if they don't win. So they try to prove to him that they're willing to do that, but they're well out of the race. They keep losing, and they went all in. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball to short. Off the side of the mound, Chang has it. He throws smooth to first in time, and the inning is over. More on Ohtani, the Angels. Chaim Bloom in the deadline after this. 3rd inning, scoreless in the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Some companies are big, others are small. To Robert Half, their hiring needs are equally huge. At Robert Half, our specialized recruiting professionals elevate their expertise with proprietary AI tools to transform candidate discovery, assessment, and selection. Whether sourcing talent locally or in any geography that works for you, Robert Half can pinpoint hard-to-find candidates in finance and accounting, technology, marketing and creative, legal, and administrative and customer support. At Robert Half, we know talent.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Summer's here. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Everybody, Wong Chang tonight as we go to the 3rd inning. Connor Wong, Yu Chang, and Jaron Duran in the Herb Chambers batting order, which is brought to you by Herb Chambers Mercedes-Benz of Boston, Natick, and Flagship Motorcars of Linfield. Red Sox made a little adjustment with Connor Wong's batting stance. He opens up, has 2 eyes on the pitcher. Right-handed hitter is in, and he takes a fastball inside for ball 1.
Yeah, that's one of the things. Actually, he's been hot here this last. Sometimes as a hitter, you just have that right-handed hitter, just that left eye on that pitch, and you realize you're not getting a look at him.
1-0 misses way outside with the fastball. 2-0.
You see, you open up a little bit, but just you turn the head so you get both eyes on the pitch. You realize what your dominant eye is, and sometimes it's just little adjustments like that allow you to see the ball better.
2-0. Here it is. That's way outside. You and I had a really interesting conversation about that exact thing with Louis Ortiz, one of the great assistant hitting coaches with the Red Sox.
They start going, figuring out what's the dominant eye, and you say, okay, if your right eye is, you're not even getting it on the pitcher. You're trying to look through just your left eye. Let's turn that head. Let's open up a little bit with your eyes. Or you turn your head a little, and you start seeing the ball better.
3-0 pitch miss, rather clips the inside corner. So now 3-1. Gilbert is ready. He throws to Wong, and a swing and a miss and a fastball, and it's 3-2. Was that something that, like, hitting coaches in your career would ever talk to you about?
Yeah, and it's a lot of times hitters, you don't even realize it sometimes, and then all of a sudden you open up and you're like, wow, I got both eyes on this guy. I can actually see the ball better. And it just, creeps into small habits.
3-2 is chopped foul outside the third baseline.
There's a lot of things with hitters, like over time, you don't even realize you're doing until you see it in the video. Well, you make these massive adjustments, and it's, let's lower your hands a little bit. You actually lower them an inch. It feels like you've lowered them 6 inches, right? Because it's not what you're accustomed to doing. Little adjustments throughout the year to kind of catch yourself falling into bad habits.
3-2 is just outside, and Wong draws a walk. That is the second base runner of the ball game. Red Sox still without a hit, but a leadoff walk. Good play by Wong. That'll bring up Yu Chang. And I think that to that exact point, Lou, that makes what Casas has done this year, what Wong has done, what Duran has done. They've made these big adjustments in everything they're doing at the plate all the more impressive. Here's Chang, who swings and pops one into right field. Teoscar Hernandez is there. He circles around, makes the play with a 9-hole hitter. Leadoff walk. That is totally disappointing on one pitch to fly out to right.
Well, you just walked the leadoff guy. You know, now you're a 9-hole hitter. I was checking it out because Suarez is playing deep, and I'm thinking this is a good spot for Chang to just maybe get a bunt down for a hit, move the runner if nothing else for the top of the order. Just didn't happen. Goes after the first pitch, fly ball to right.
Here is Jarren Duran. Will Middlebrooks came up with a fantastic nickname for him yesterday. 1 out, 1 on for Duran. The pitch is a soft ground ball, foul outside the line. Brooksy calls him Captain Chaos, and I like that. He really does invoke so much fear and just puts it on the defense, pressure on the pitcher, and you can't take your eyes off of him.
I know, and I know Wong can run in front of him too, but I always hate when someone's up in front. I want to see him take off. Actually, Wong with good speed. I wonder if he could challenge Murphy throwing the ball to second as well. But
0-1, and they're thinking along your lines. It is a spot. This rarely happens, actually, Lou, where Wong is on base, Duran behind him. I'm sort of longing for you to get the stopwatch up on Gilbert. But to your point, I mean, Murphy is not that quick to pop to second. Here is a pitch that swung on and missed. A splitter to Duran, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, Wong's got a good lead on him, too.
But it really does seem like a good spot to try it, especially the way that Gilbert looks right now on the mound. And Connor's got a huge lead now. 0-2. With 1 down, not running the pitch is fouled off.
It's unofficially like around a 1.35.
Yeah.
And if you combine that with Murphy on average at a 2.05, which is well below average, big league average, maybe 1.98, maybe a 2 even, but might not sound like much, but to a base stealer that time is. A 2-4 to get the ball in and back to second base.
No balls, 2 strikes. Wong leading, not running the pitch is crushed high and deep into right field. This thing at the track, at the wall, gone! Jarren Duran goes yard. What can't he do? A 2-run bomb, and the Red Sox lead the Mariners 2-0.
Well, it was that split from Gilbert, and that ball doesn't get hit much. 2 strikes, he loves to go to it. But I'll say this, one of the things the Red Sox have really done well this year is hit splits. We talk about this Toronto series, Kevin Gausman coming up. That's a guy that they've hit well. He's fastball split dominant. You've seen a lot of them. And Jarren Duran gets one up. We mentioned the ball carries out of right field. It ends up kind of inner half, right into that lefty swing. And it leaves the yard here. That was a beautiful swing.
So the Red Sox strike first, and here comes Verdugo, who homered last night. With 1 down, he takes a pitch on the corner, strike 1. Lou, is it possible that we are underselling the superstar type player that Jarren Duran is becoming right in front of us?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a lot of it is because of what we've maybe seen previous 2 years. It's almost like you don't believe your eyes. You're waiting for it, but he's putting a year together right now where basically had 50 bad at-bats in the middle of it, but he's electric.
1-1 is low. Yesterday, he creates a run all on his own with his feet. Blazing speed. And here he goes yard to break a scoreless tie. And his slugging numbers are off the charts. Verdugo swings and misses a really good slider. And it's 2-1.
Well, the slugging number is ridiculous because he's probably hit 12 singles that have turned into doubles. And that's going to help your slug. It's going to help your OPS. And that's big, too, for a Red Sox team that's 37-13 when they score first.
When they score 4 or more, the numbers off the charts. 2-2 to Verdugo. Gilbert throws. And a foul ball. That's a first base line. Subaru New England scoreboard. Atlanta 12, Los Angeles Angels 5. That game's gone final. Detroit beat Pittsburgh 6-3. Nats beat the Brewers 3-2. And right now in Houston, the red-hot Astros lead the Guardians 3-2. The 2-2 is lined into center field, sinking. That's a base hit. So if Verdugo gets a knock, he stays hot. He's on base for the second time, and the inning continues. Still only one out from Masataka Yoshida.
Yeah, Doogie good first at bat, drew a walk, got deep into a count, let off a couple of tough pitches. And here, this is that stroke that we've accustomed to see the first 3 months. Fastball, short little stroke, line drive to center. Nice little 6-game hitting streak for Doogie.
And he is locked in right now. Here's Yoshida with one down. 2-0 Red Sox in the third. Pitch is a soft ground ball foul. Outside the baseline. Don't miss out on a Subaru summer. Make the most of the summer in a brand new 2023 Subaru. Details at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Padres, they held steady. They added a little bit at the deadline. And so far, so good. They just put up another run in the 6th inning. 4-1, they lead the Rockies. Here's a little looper in a shallow left field. Coming in Canzone. He's there to make a shoulder-high grab, and they're 2 down.
By the way, that home run that Duran hit off of that split finger from Gilbert. Lefty's hitting 172 off that split with a 259 slug. It's a second home run Gilbert's given up all year long on that split. Just impressive.
Here comes Devers, who can hammer anything. 2 down with 2 in, and Verdugo at first. The maturation of Duran has been remarkable as Rafi, looking cool as a cucumber, stands into the left-handed box. The pitch to him is a little bit outside. He's just become a really good hitter. And the quality of at-bats, Lou, the pitches he's taking, the command of the strike zone, and the ability to do damage with his feet and the barrel of the bat. Really remarkable. 1-0 to Devers. That's way inside yanked, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, there's been a lot of different things, a lot of boxes he's checking off, especially in that leadoff spot. He's become the leadoff hitter. I don't think there's any question when he's in the game, he's leading off. But when he gets the 2 strikes, the ability to foul pitches off, to make the pitcher work and earn it, that's been impressive to me.
Here's the 2-0, and Rafi hits one softly foul on the first base line. Out of play, and it's 2-1.
They're keeping everything away from Rafi. Fastballs are up and away, off speed or back door. They don't want anything pull side here for him. That's what makes it tough at Fenway Park. You pitch him away, now he starts using that green monster on the road a little bit. Big ballpark out in left center, make him earn it. Looking for a mistake here, inner half.
2 balls, 1 strike. 2 down. Verdugo leading at first in a 2-0 Red Sox lead. Here's the pitch. Devers is gone, but Jarren Duran launches a 2-run homer, and heading to the bottom of the third, 2-0 Red Sox in the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
Some companies are big, others are small. To Robert Half, their hiring needs are equally huge. At Robert Half, our specialized recruiting professionals elevate their expertise with proprietary AI tools to transform candidate discovery, assessment, and selection. Whether sourcing talent locally or in any geography that works for you, Robert Half can pinpoint hard-to-find candidates in finance and accounting, technology, marketing and creative, legal, and administrative and customer support. At Robert Half, we know talent.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Summer's here. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row. Pro by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
Hey, this is Tristan Casas. This is the home of the Sox, WEEI.
Dominic Canzone has looked very impressive in this series since coming over from the D-backs to lead it off in the bottom of the third for the Seattle Mariners. Red Sox lead 2-0, and Cutter Crawford fires a strike on the inside corner with a cut fastball. Canzone will be followed by Murphy and Moore. Here's the 0-1. Popped up. Foul side of third. Looks like the ballpark will hold this. Devers a long run over onto the warning track. What a play by Devers. Basket catch running away from the third base bag. Crawford, hands in the air, thrilled with that play, and there's one away.
That's a really nice catch. It's a full sprint, a very long way down that left field line. There's a lot of room. He gets about 3 or 4 feet from the fence down that warning track and just sort of throws his hands up over his head, catches it over the shoulder while still running away from home plate. That's a really nice catch. Crawford appreciates it.
Why not? But down here's Tom Murphy. Pitch to him from Crawford is a little bit low. Ball 1. Murphy comes in. 286 hitter. He's been a revelation. Really about the Mariners' hottest hitter. 8 homers, 16 driven in. The 1-0 from Cutter. Fouled off on the first base side. Steak tips and lamb loin chops are on sale at Shaw's and Star Market today through Thursday. Value pack sirloin, steak tips, and lamb loin chops. Bone in for $6.97 a pound. We use the digital coupon at Shaw's. The 1-1 is a line looper into left field, a base hit. Kind of a top spinner from Murphy. And he has the Mariners' first hit.
Well, he keeps hitting. His last 18, he's hitting over 380 with a 1.2 OPS. In that 8th spot, kind of balance out that lineup. He's been swinging it well for Seattle.
So you're now Dylan Moore. That's big hits in his career against the Red Sox. Swinging it righty against Crawford. Double played up behind him with 1 down in this third inning. 2-0 Red Sox. Pitch from Crawford is a cutter on the outside corner for strike 1.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, just a little bit of depth down and away. The one he threw to Murphy just really spun, kind of straightened out a slower fastball. Didn't break at all.
0-1. Here it is. Here's a shot down the left field line. Trouble if fair, and it is just foul. Wow. Hooked outside the chalk, barely. And it's 0-2.
That's a couple now down in that area. You'd love to see Crawford here, facing this bottom third. Sox just put up 2. We talk about shutdown innings. Get back into that dugout after Gilbert. 1 out here. Love to get this ground ball and get back in it.
0-2 to Moore. 2-0 Red Sox. Crawford throws. And a high fly into center field. This ball is hit well, but Duvall just in front of the warning track. In fact, onto it. Makes the play, and they're 2 down. A lot of days, a lot of ballparks. That would be real trouble, but 2 down here in the third.
Yeah, this ball was smoked. Again, I mean, a lot of respect if you hit the ball to the track at dead center here. That's where he hit it.
Cutter, who was fantastic over 5 2/3 innings in San Francisco 5 days ago, carrying it forward on this West Coast trip. A brilliant start thus far in Seattle. Here's J.P. Crawford, the leadoff man, and he takes curveball that misses outside from Crawford, 1-0.
Well, he first jumped into the rotation. He's trying to get that pitch count out. There was some struggles. You look at the reliever numbers compared to the starter numbers, but in July in 5 starts, 3-1 with a 3.55 ERA. He'll take it all day long in this rotation.
He really has been a rock. The 1-0 is inside with a cutter. And at a time, Lou, without Sale, without Whitlock, without Houck, Red Sox desperately needed it.
Well, they sure did. Bayo, Paxton, and Cutter. And, of course, Pivetta coming out of the bullpen. And let's not forget Chris Murphy. He's done a really nice job, too, as that second bulk guy.
2-0. That is a strike. He's been a real weapon, Murphy has. And in some ways, Chaim Bloom sort of confirmed this in the dugout before the game today. The lack of activity at the deadline, they didn't feel as inclined to go get rental arms because they felt good about Pivetta and Murphy. 2-1. Devers in on the grass at third. 2 down in the third. The pitch. That's fouled off on the left field side. Out of play.
I do also wonder how much they've sat back and just everybody that they talked about. You know, we are going to get Sale back next week, right? The discussions that they had. You know, about a week after that, maybe before that Washington trip, here comes Houck, here comes Whitlock. Now, maybe none of them step into a traditional starter role. But if all of them are 2-3 inning pitchers, I mean, it really adds to this staff.
More weapons for Alex Cora. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Fouled off again.
I mean, rather than having a Bernardino start, you know, as an opener and hopefully give you 2, Chris Sale goes out there and gives you 3. Then you turn to Tanner Houck for 3 more. I mean, what start are you going to rent that you feel better about than that? And I know there's some durability issues there, but if you start weighing the cost of rentals, the cost of acquiring a guy, knowing who you have back, or even a Whitlock in a multiple inning role, that would be part of that discussion.
2 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. That's low and in. Trevor Story today on the Catches Law Group injury report. Since '86, Catches has won over $2 billion for their injured clients. You never pay less Catches wins. Trevor was 1 for 5 with 3 strikeouts, but he did double off the wall. And Chaim Bloom had plenty to say about Trevor's Story before the game today. 3-2. Runner goes. The pitch is outside. He checks his swing. Does Crawford so? That's Crawford's first walk, and now 2 on with 2 out for Julio Rodriguez.
Yeah, it could be a costly one, too. 2 out walks. You know, Crawford's swinging the bat real well. Obviously, this guy here is a little more dangerous than Julio Rodriguez as Dave Bush goes out and talks. I thought it was an interesting story. Cora's pretty much been leaving it up to him as far as, like, get what you need in a very veteran-like, mature-like approach to it. Now, he still has like 10, 11 days of rehab if he wants it, but I think Story actually came out and said, you know, I just need maybe another day. I want to check off some boxes. There's certain things that I want to feel better about when I get up there. I still think the offense is going to be behind. It's big league arms. Defensively, if he's feeling good, maybe just a few things offensively he wants to work on.
Sort of a mixture between Trevor saying he knows he needs more at-bats to feel comfortable, but also through everything we hear, conversations with his teammates and others, he's chomping at the bit, and his arm feels better than, in some ways, it ever has.
Well, the surgery helped it to get healthy.
So now here's Julio Rodriguez, who takes a pitch outside, a sweeper, and it's ball 1.
But a lot of guys have missed the whole year, just like, let's go, I'm ready. And they get up here, and after the first week of really struggling, you know, they start thinking about maybe I could have used maybe just 2 more games, 3 more games, you know.
1 ball, no strikes to J-Rod. The pitch is swung on a miss. What a good slider that is. That's become, Lou, a real weapon for Crawford, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, it really has. It plays off of that cutter at, you know, a little bit higher speed. This is about 83 miles an hour. He's been getting a ton of swing and misses from it lately.
2 down on the 1-1 is fouled back. He elevated the fastball, not the velocity that you normally see from Crawford. That went 92, but Rodriguez missed it, and it's 1-2.
We talk so much about that fastball. Right now, that sweeper, swing and miss whiff percentage, 51.5%. That's 6th in baseball.
Ooh.
On that sweeper is.
Quite a nugget that is. 1-2, the pitch. Swing and a foul. That was a curveball. Stays 1-2. You're always good with nuggets galore, Lou.
Well, it's got some good people behind the scenes. Just kind of come up with all that stuff.
See, I don't have any people.
You got to have people.
People who need
people behind the scenes, you know, they make it happen.
1-2 to Julio Rodriguez. 2-0 Sox. Crawford throws, and a high fly foul on the first base side. Out of play, and it stays 1-2.
You know, a lot of guys get down at minor league rehab. It's interesting how, you know, obviously the number one thing that would help you out the most is see more pitches. So a lot of the guys rehab, and they don't they don't want to go out and just hack first pitch. You know, sometimes hit pitches might force you to find yourself 0-2, but you want to get deep into counts. You want to see off speed. You want to hit a fastball, 2 strikes. You want to, lay off some pitches.
1-2 is fouled back. Good battle from Rodriguez.
Because the more you see, the more comfortable, the quicker you're going to feel more comfortable, I should say. And then, after a week or so of that, then it's like, all right, let's be in attack mode. If you want to throw first pitch heat, let's try to put my A swing on it and try to hit some hangers early in the count. So it's like a process that you want to go through when you've missed as much time as Story has.
1-2. Here's the pitch. Fouled off the end of the bat. And this really is an excellent fight between Crawford and Rodriguez.
Yeah, they've really pitched Rodriguez a lot of things down in the zone with sinking action, whether it's a Bayo sinker changeup or here, whether it's a slider, curveball, cutter from Crawford. They've really challenged him much with heaters early in counts.
1-2. Crawford is ready. Looking at the runner at second, he throws. And a fastball, strike 3 called on the outside corner. See ya, J-Rod. Cutter's got his 3rd strikeout, and it keeps the Red Sox ahead 2-0 after 3 on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Set summer in motion with the most fun-to-drive Honda vehicles yet. Like the Civic, the vehicle car and driver called more fun to drive than the competition. And the HR-V, with sleek exterior styling and smooth, responsive handling. Summer's here. Chase fun in the sun with Honda.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Car and driver, October 2021.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
The LASIK Vision Institute offers free virtual consultations. That's all your questions answered, all from the comforts of home. So don't wait. This simple 20-minute call can start your journey to 20/20 vision. Right now, the LASIK Vision Institute's offering 20% off their Wavelight laser when treated in August. That can be over $900 off when treating both eyes with guaranteed financing. So visit mylvioffer.com now. Must mention this promotion to be treated in August of 2023 to qualify. 20% off standard price and procedure. Cannot be combined with any other offers. See details at mylvioffer.com.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
To the 4th inning we go. Logan Gilbert. And the Mariners trail the Red Sox 2-0. Adam Duvall to lead it off, but first 10 seconds for station ID in the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Adam Duvall against Logan Gilbert, Red Sox, and the Mariners on a chamber of Northwest. You know that a lot like Verdugo, was very open with us in the post-game show last night. Duvall is totally relieved to have the trade deadline come and go and remain in Boston. He leads everything off here in the 4th. The pitch to him is crushed down the right field line, but foul. A hard liner. How to play 0-1.
Well, listen, it's safe to say a lot of the guys went public with it. A lot of guys talking about how they needed another arm. They were expecting to get another arm. That didn't happen. But it is much different than last year. The deadline, or maybe the last couple, with this team kind of coming out of it, really felt down with the lack of moves.
Different feel now. The 0-1 is low and away from Duvall.
It is a different feel because last year's team kind of had this last hurrah type thing with some of the guys, and at the deadline, Christian Vasquez goes. Your starting catcher, a leader in that clubhouse. And they really didn't know what was going on.
1-1 to Duvall. High pop-up on the left side. Shortstop Crawford, shielding himself from the sun, will yield to the second baseman Moore, who had a better look at it. He makes the play, 1 down. I'll never forget that, Lou. Standing on the field last year in Houston. As we later learned, Christian had been told before batting practice that it was very likely the T's were being crossed, the I's were being dotted. He wanted to take one more batting practice with his friends and teammates. But the minute I heard that, I thought, okay, well, that means Eovaldi and Martinez and many more are gone.
Didn't happen.
Here's Casas, who takes a strike in the outside corner.
But the difference this year, though, is they also looked around and said, wait, Pax wasn't traded.
Yeah.
You know, Duvall wasn't traded. Verdugo wasn't traded. Pavetta, I'm sure, had a ton of interest. He wasn't traded. So there was some relief in that regard.
A one is swung on and missed. Splitter, and it's 0-2 to Casas.
And I know, people in Boston, they kind of mock it, and, the additions are internal at the deadline. But these guys in that clubhouse are excited to get Story back. They are excited to get Sale and Houck and Whitlock back. So as much as they know they need arms right now, they can say, well, okay, maybe we're a week, 10 days away from getting three guys that we know are very, very good. And we didn't trade anybody away. So it's just a different, not as disappointment as last year.
Is outside to Casas. There's no question about it, Lou. I mean, look, the world we live in now, everybody's speculating. Everybody's got Twitter and MLB trade rumors flying, and they're thinking, all right, we've heard our manager say it. We've talked about wanting to add. And when that doesn't happen, there is a little bit of a letdown. The 1-2 pitch is way high and outside to Casas 2-2. However, I do think once the dust settles, the things you're talking about really start to settle in with these guys, and it's like, all right, we got the group we want, and we're going to get additions. The 2-2 is low and away, actually into Casas, and it's 3-2.
And I do kind of like the, I think the grades came out, and they got like a D for not really doing anything. This team does well when people kind of, count them out. Kind of, we heard in the clubhouse.
3-2 is low, ball 4. Good plate appearance for Casas. I think nothing in the world is dumber than grading the draft or grading the trade deadline the day after. It's just absurd as now Christian Arroyo digs in.
Well, I think the grades, if you did it in November, that's when they should be grading trade deadlines, in November.
Right, like what do you think the Red Sox grade was when they acquired Kyle Schwarber, who was injured at the time?
Coordinate Eovaldi.
He was the number one ad. Here's Arroyo, who takes a strike on the inside corner. You just can't tell. I get it. You got to create content and write stories, and people love that stuff. But I think generally, if you look back at it, as the 0-1 to Arroyo is fouled off, the sugar high of appeasing a fan base and getting a good grade from a writer base really does very little historically to help you actually win ball games.
A long way to go. I think they like their lineup. I think when they add those three arms, they're going to like their 13-man staff.
Here's a pitch to Arroyo that's way high and outside, 1-2.
And then, honestly, I think it comes down to defense. Right? That's been an Achilles heel for this team. We're not talking about errors, we're talking about plays that should be made at this level that aren't. That go as hits, things like that. But between the staff and the offense, it'll come down to playing defense.
1-2 is a ground ball up the middle that could be 2. Crawford is second for 1. Quick turn to first. In time, beautifully done. 6-4-3. The inning is over. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 2-0 Red Sox in the Shaws and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Set summer in motion with the most adventurous Honda vehicles yet, like the Passport and Pilot Trail Sport and the Ridgeline, built for better off-road performance and engineered for more adventure. Summer's here. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2023 Honda Pilot, a 2.9% APR on a 2023 Passport, and a 0.9% APR on a 2023 Ridgeline.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
Have you ever covered a carpet stain with a rug, ignored a leaky faucet, pretended your half-painted living room is supposed to look like that? Well, you're not alone. We've all got unfinished home projects, but there's an easier way. When you download Thumbtack, it's easier to care for your home from top to bottom. Pull out your phone and in just a few taps, you can search, chat, and book highly rated pros right in your neighborhood. Plus, you'll know what to tackle next because Thumbtack is the app that shows you what to do, who to hire, and when. So say goodbye to all those unfinished home projects and say hello to caring for your home the easier way. Download Thumbtack and start a project today.
Gresh and Fourier, weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Cutter Crawford with a 2-0 lead takes them out of the bottom of the fourth inning. You'll see Eugenio Suarez, then Cal Raleigh and Ty France in the Herb Chambers batting order for the Mariners. Cutter casts a shadow toward the rosin bag on the shortstop side of the mound. He throws a fastball on the inside corner to Suarez for strike one. Oh, yeah, the Diesel Direct question of the day, brought to you by Diesel Direct, to remind you to stop wasting time at the pump. Get on-site fuel with Diesel Direct. Here's a line shot into shallow right center field. And that's a base hit. Suarez has had a really good series against the Red Sox. A little bit off the end of the bat there, but he's got enough to lead things off in the fourth.
The cutter, that fastball, it's still very effective, but it is down a little bit, averaging 92.7 in the year, 94.2, so down 1.5 miles per hour.
Well, you were on that about the day's rest.
Yeah, it's 4 days rest. It's been a lot of 5-6 days rest, some off days, and that fastball plays up a little bit more. But it's still effective here today.
Pitch to Cal Raleigh is fouled off at his feet. It is nothing. So the Diesel Direct question, I think we know the answer, but it's still a good one. Which Sox player and their return are you most excited about? Give you the results in the seventh inning. The choices: Sale, Story, Houck, and Whitlock.
Can I give you mine?
I don't think I need to hear it.
I think it's going to surprise you.
Oh, wow. 0-1. I do need to hear it then. The 0-1 pitch is down to the dirt, 1-1.
Of all those guys, I think the most impact would come from Houck. So you get him back. It wasn't an arm injury, just got hit in the face. And I think when you get him into a 3-inning role, he has shown that he can be extremely dominant, especially the first 3 innings coming out of that bullpen. I think he can just be an absolute monster.
Double played up behind Crawford, 1-1 to Cal Raleigh, who's had an enormous season against the Sox. He takes a cutter inside. It's 2-1. I buy that.
Thought I was going to go with the infielder, huh?
Well, yeah.
Infield love.
You're always off the grid a little bit. So you come to the Pacific Northwest, and all of a sudden you're thinking outside the box.
Yeah, deep thinker.
2-1 pitch is a little bit outside to Raleigh, and it's 3-1. This becomes a real dangerous pitch, I think, from Crawford. I mean, he doesn't want to lose Raleigh to put the tying runs aboard, but this is the guy who's done damage this season and this week against the Red Sox. Right at first, nobody out, 3-1. Crawford throws, and a high pop-up into shallow right center field. Out on it goes Arroyo. In comes Duval. Christian calls everybody off. That is a huge pitch for Crawford, and there's one away.
Yeah, maybe a nice learning lesson, too. Like, I'm with you. Like, Cal Raleigh has a lot of presence in there, right? He's hit home runs against you guys left and right. You get 3-1, and somebody might be like, back of your mind, you're thinking, if I throw a strike here, he's going to clear. Let me try to be a little bit too fine. Cutter just comes right at him. It was a good cutter, but got in on him. Broken bat, fly ball to the second baseman. It's make him earn it.
He loves this place. The pitch to Ty France is fouled off on the first base side. The fourth inning is brought to you by Cars for Kids. Go to your car and help a child today. Schedule your free pickup at 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or carsforkids.com. Look, I remember it vividly. We were right here in June last year when Cutter, out of nowhere, gave him 5 unbelievable one-hit shutout innings. 1 to Ty France. Struck out his first time. The pitch is a double play ball up the middle. Arroyo gloves, steps on the second base bag, throws to first, picked out by Casas, and the inning is over.
Really nice pick by Arroyo in between. Could have gone haywire because as he's catching the ball makes a beautiful pick, touches the bag, and turns a nice double play.
Defense matters. The Red Sox do it in the fourth after 4, 2-0 Boston on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
We are the Community College of Rhode Island. You know us as CCRI And we're more than you think. We have 4 campuses across the state with guided financial aid and scholarship opportunities and the lowest tuition in Rhode Island. We offer daytime, evening, on-campus, and online classes to help you earn your degree on your time, with more than 90 programs to help you discover your career path or advance on the one you already have. And over 70 transfer agreements. CCRI is the smart choice. We know who we are. Now it's your turn. The Community College of Rhode Island. Find your future here.
Set summer in motion with fun-to-drive Honda vehicles yet. Like the Civic, I recalled more drive than the competition, and the HR-V with sleek exterior styling and smooth, responsive handling. Summer's here. Chase fun in the sun with Honda.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Car and driver, October 2021.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Back in Seattle as we go to the 5th inning. Connor Wong to lead it off as Lou Merloni's theme song plays. You can tell everybody, I'm the man. Connor Wong's been the man at the plate lately. Begins things. Then Chang and Duran in the Herb Chambers batting order. Sponsored by Herb Chambers, Jaguar Land Rover Boston, and Jaguar Land Rover Sudbury, as Wong takes a fastball high for ball 1. It has been very fun, Lou, to have your family with us on this road trip. Steph and Mason. And he's been down on the field a little bit for BP, scooting around Seattle. The 1-0 to Wong is swung on a miss. That was a good slider, and it's 1-1.
He'll probably be back up here another inning or so once they get him through security. The White House here.
Hey, man, you have the names on the list.
You know, you found out last night.
Triple click key code. The 1-1 is lying down the left field line. That's fair. That's extra bases for Wong. It caroms off the retaining wall. Back into left field, but Wong is easily into second base. A bullet. He is the man, and it's a leadoff double in the 5th.
Well, Connor Wong just continues to do it. There's a guy since July 1st, 313 batting average coming into this game, and it was that walk in the 3rd, followed by the Duran home run to kind of put the Sox on board, and now he gets a little hanger. It's a rocket down the third base line for that leadoff double.
The Red Sox do so little of this, and I know leading 2-0 this point in the game.
Push it.
Why not bunt here? Chang has given them so little offensively. Been great with the glove. The pitch is swung on and foul to the first base side. Like, Lou, throw the modern game out of the way here. To me, it's a valuable run. Get him to third.
All right, listen, Chang is out here for what he does defensively, and he is fantastic at it. He's solidified shortstop. Ty France is playing over in that hole between first and second. Just push it right down that first base line. If nothing else, you get him over to third.
0-1 to you. Not Merloni, Chang, and it misses low. 1-1.
I mean, ideally, your job is to hit a ground ball to second. If you push a bunt towards first baseman, this is the same thing. And I know you want to get greedy early in the game and swing it, but this off speed from Gilbert makes it difficult here for Chang.
1-1 is in the dirt. Slider. And it's 2-1. You got the red-hot Jaron Duran on deck. I mean, look, watch Chang rip one into the gap or over the wall, and you put 2 up. You understand the overall numbers, but just at the moment, the way you is swing at, just get him to third. 2-1 with Wong at second.
It's good English. You is swinging the bat.
Here's the pitch, and it is lined into right field. That's a base hit. Of course, Chang delivers, and Wong is over to third. I'm an idiot, and the Red Sox have him at first and third.
We're both idiots, Will. Because I was talking about how Chang, he struggled hitting some breaking balls, but he gets a hanger. Now you got first and third, 1 out, top of the order here, and you got an opportunity to kind of put up a quick number here and expand this lead.
Now we got action with Duran, who homered his last time. Steak tips and lamb loin chops are on sale at Shaw's and Star Market today through Thursday. Value pack sirloin steak tips and lamb loin chops, bone in, $6.97 a pound. Here is Jaron. The pitch is swung on and missed. Man, Gilbert really reared back for a little extra there. 96, and it's 0-1. Jaron obliterated one to right field. His last time flied out to deep center, his first. 0-1. Jaron has scored 3 runs in the series, and here he fouls it off on the third base side, and it's 0-2.
Got 96 again. Gilbert kind of recognizing the moment here. 8-9 back-to-back knocks to face this leadoff guy who just took him deep. 77 pitches now for Gilbert.
Long at third, Chang at first. 0-2 to Duran. The pitch is fouled off. And this, again, is one of those spots where a year ago, with an 0-2 count to Duran, you would not have a lot of faith that he'd be able to battle himself back into an at-bat, but he's done so much of that in the last couple months.
Just making contact here. Ball on the ground, gets one run in. Tough guy to double off.
0-2. Here it is. That's way high. Fastball, good take, and it's 1-2. Like, don't you think, Lou, that's a pitch he might chase a year ago?
Yeah, I mean, when all it takes is an elevated fastball in this league to get you out with 2 strikes, you're in trouble. And he closed that up. Now they really got to make him work.
1-2 to Duran. First and third, they lead with nobody out. Long set from Gilbert. The pitch is swung on and missed. He got him with a great slider. And Duran is gone. Big pitch, and there's one away.
A lot of fastballs here from Gilbert. Kind of trying to elevate, changing eye levels, and then he goes with a slider that was really just a perfect pitch. In, just down and in off the plate. After all those 96 elevates, tough one.
Here now, a big moment for Verdugo, who's walked and singled. The pitch to him is a good slider. On the outside corner, it's 0-1.
Yeah, you really like to get this run in. 2-0, be the next team to score. Expand it a little bit, take the sac fly. Of course, you take the knock, but just want to get it in any way you can.
Long at third, Chang at first. 0-1, the pitch. That is outside. We're back in one of those grooves where Verdugo's the guy you want up in a spot like this.
Control the at-bat.
Check in on the Subaru of New England scoreboard in just a moment. The Angels have already lost today. And Houston has beaten Cleveland 3-2. 1-1, the pitch is fouled off. Feels like a really key sequence here. It's 1-2 to Verdugo. Don't miss out on a Subaru summer. Make the most of summer. And a brand new 2023 Subaru. Details at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Cole and McClanahan later today. Yankees and the Rays. 1-2 to Doogie. The pitch. That is low. Splitter. Good take. 2-2. Almost feels like an essential game for the Yankees to try to win with Cole on the mound. That gets going in about an hour and a half. First and third, one down. 2-0 Red Sox. The 2-2 to Verdugo. Down and in. Good slider. And the count is full.
It's just a nice calmness to him taking these pitches. Sometimes you see a guy all quick action, herky-jerky up there, check swing and everything. He's just pretty much staying calm up there, getting good looks.
Bouncing the bat on his left shoulder. 3-2, and Gilbert steps off.
Yeah, I wonder if you're going to get Chang here in motion. That way that ground ball can get you a run. You can't turn a double play. You're relying on Verdugo to make contact.
Which he's so good at.
Yeah, and if it, strike him out, throw him out, it's always a threat, but you got some wheels on third base. You could have a little chaos here.
Yoshida is on deck. 3-2. Chang is running. The pitch is swung on and missed. He struck him out, but no throw. That was a slider in the dirt. So Chang has a steal. Verdugo, who's so tough to strike out, fans there. That was ball 4. Another 2 away for Yoshida. Lou, is there ever a spot as a hitter? I know you weren't a lefty, but does the runner going make you a little extra anxious on a pitch that maybe otherwise you take?
I don't think it affects lefties because you really don't see it as much. Righties, I used to hate the whole 3-1, almost leaving it up to you to turn into a hit and run, but 3-2.
Here's Yoshida, who takes high, ball 1.
No, I don't think that's that big of a deal for Verdugo. He just kind of fooled him with that pitch. He laid off that pitch a couple times already, but 3-2, maybe a little over anxious. Now you got a big at-bat here for Yoshida.
How huge a hit would be. 2-0 Red Sox with 2 down. The pitch is a ground ball on the left side. Crawford ranges to his right. He has no play. Coming home to score is Wong. An infield hit for Massa, and it's 3-0 Red Sox.
I don't know about you, but I'm surprised that Crawford didn't throw this baseball. I know he had to go a long way. He was playing up the middle. He kind of caught a traditional shortstop, but we know Yoshida is not blazing down the lines by any means. And he didn't offer it at all. He actually held onto the baseball to try to get Chang making a big turn at third base. Fabulous does a nice job of making sure Chang stays right where he is, and it's a big knock from Yoshida.
It is a ground ball with eyes. Pete Woodworth is Mariners pitching coach. He's out onto the mound. We'll talk it over with Gilbert. Red Sox code word of the game is National League. One word, no space, National League. Make sure to enter your code word in the member portal today to claim your points. What a huge run that is. And now the Red Sox get greedy as Devers stands in with 2 down and runners at first and third. Raffy against Gilbert. It's flagged to center and grounded to second. In his career, he's now 0 for 7 against this right-hander. 3-0 Boston. First and third with 2 down. And Raffy digs in. The pitch is swung on a miss. Just watching Devers get into the box. He looked up for it.
He got 95 challenge, too, right down the middle. Still outer half, though. They're really trying to keep everything away from Devers.
0-1 with runners at first and third. Gilbert is ready, throws, and Devers fouls one straight back. Man alive. That was a fastball right above the zone. Raffy spoils it straight back, 0-2.
You know, nothing else. The Red Sox come in here and face 3 really good arms in Kirby Miller and now here Gilbert. One thing they've done well is, you know, Kirby threw the ball real well, but only could go 5 innings. They got the pitch count up last night on Miller. They put out 6 on him. And here you're talking about 90 pitches here for the great young pitcher, Gilbert.
Massa runs. The 0-2 is crushed into center field. Rodriguez starts in now back in front of the warning track. He's there to make the play. Raffy frustrated. The inning is over, but the Red Sox get a run on the Yoshida hit. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 3-0 Sox in the Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Summer's here. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
Verbo Vacation Homes come with 24/7 live support. So if you ever need anything, you can reach a real person in about a minute. Because if it's 4 a.m. and you need assistance, the last thing you want to do is wait to talk to a robot.
Hey, how can I help?
After all, live support is an amenity every vacation home should have. Verbo, private vacation rentals for you and your people. We are the Community College of Rhode Island. You know us as CCRI, and we're more than you think. We have 4 campuses across the state with guided financial aid and scholarship opportunities and the lowest tuition in Rhode Island. We offer daytime, evening, on-campus, and online classes to help you earn your degree on your time, with more than 90 programs to help you discover your career path or advance on the one you already have. And over 70 transfer agreements. CCRI is the smart choice. We know who we are. Now it's your turn. The Community College of Rhode Island. Find your future here.
Hi, this is Adam Duvall. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Got a Crawford out there, very efficient forward. It's 2 hits, no runs. A walk and 3 punch-outs faces Teoscar Hernandez. Here's the 0-0 pitch, fouled straight back on Hernandez. Teoscar grounded out the shortstop in the second inning. It'll be Hernandez, Canzone, and Murphy here in the bottom of the 5th.
I mean, you're just putting on a masterclass. Would you like to read the Herb Chambers batting order for the 5th inning?
Sure could, if you tell me which one it is. All right, here we go. Herb Chambers batting order, as I mentioned. Hernandez, Canzone, and Murphy.
Bottom
That's it,
5.
Huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a short one you gave me.
You could read the top of the 5th if you want. I don't know if I even did that. 1-1 to Teo is fouled off on the first base side. Let's see. Did I do that? Yep. Jaguar, Land Rover, Sudbury, Boston. First time I read that, I literally was Ron Burgundy. I said, it's brought to you by Jaguar Land Rover.
Came from Rover.
1-2 to Hernandez is a little looper to left field, racing in. Duran, he can't get it. Plays it off his chest after a foot-first slide. And Teoscar Hernandez has the leadoff single.
Duran gave it a bid. It was a little cutter off the plate. He comes charging in hard. And then just as he's approaching the baseball, he realizes he is not going to catch this ball. And just pretty much slide chest up to allow it to bounce off his chest. And a nice job actually keeping it in front of him. Hold Teoscar to that single.
First of all, there's a yard sale in our booth at the moment as Dominic Canzone leads in. Mason is here, which we always love. There are two things I have a little quibble with as the infield is playing to pull. Pitch to Canzone is a strike on the outside. Number one, he's got a Ken Griffey Jr. shirt on.
Yeah.
And look, the kid was a great player. I love Griffey. Great guy to model yourself after. Defense, offense, one of the prettiest swings of all time. It is 0-1 to Dominic Canzone. Crawford is ready. He throws. And a pitch misses outside 1-1. But this is the Red Sox radio booth.
It's a good point. Kind of at the age where I think it's about players. Still likes the Sox.
Yeah.
But if we were in Cincy, I could tell you Ellie De La Cruz jersey would be on right now.
Yeah, I think a lot of kids are going to have Jarren Duran jerseys, by the way. The 1-1 is a ground ball foul off the foot of Canzone on the corner 1-2.
We also had a little slippage of the fried rice.
We did, which smells very good. I'll tell you this. I was telling you that I always, in my mind, underrate this ballpark.
Food's fantastic.
It's unbelievable.
Salmon poke for you?
Wow.
Yeah, look at that.
Treating me better today
Sushi,
than yesterday.
Fried rice, it's fantastic.
Man, you can eat grasshoppers if you want.
Try it out.
1-2 to Canzone. 3-0 Red Sox in the fifth. Crawford sets. He throws. And a strike on the inside corner. He rings him up. Canzone, I mean, he's looking for something else there. Fourth strikeout for Crawford. One down, and here's Tom Murphy.
Good little fastball here from Crawford. 93. Had a little two-seam action. Usually likes that four-seam fastball, but this one here was that fastball in on lefty, and it came back. To get that call, Canzone's upset. He'll go back and look at it and realize that's a really good pitch.
The only guy having a harder time in the whole ballpark than Canzone is your son, who's having a coughing fit with the fried rice. One down, here's the right-handed hitting Murphy. And a line drive into left field. That's a base hit. Now, first pitch, Hunting on a fastball. And here come the Mariners. They got 2 on with 1 out.
Well, pretty much a replay of his first at-bat. Only this one was a fastball. The other last at-bat was a cutter. Just a one-hop line drive between short and third from Murphy. Continues to swing it real well for this team. 108 off the bat.
Walmart is stepping up to the plate. For every Walmart wall ball, they'll donate $100 to the American Diabetes Association. Visit AmericanDiabetesAssociation.org for free resources and support as Dylan Moore digs in.
It's a mess.
I got 5-2. I cannot wait for the teenage years. Cutter sets, he throws, and a knuckle curveball misses up and in for ball 1.
It gets a little easier. Just there's different problems. That's all.
They always tell you bigger kids, bigger problems.
Yeah.
But we know, I mean, Mace is easy. If you can ever get him off the Xbox, he's good to go. 1-0 to Dylan Moore. The pitch is high and foul down the left field line, and it's 1-1.
This guy Moore put a charge into one center field. His first at bat. He's got some pop in his bat.
3-0 Red Sox. A real threat here for the Mariners in the fifth. The Red Sox, nobody throwing in the bullpen. Cutter has thrown 73 pitches. 1-1. Here's the pitch. That is skied foul on the first base side. Casas gives it a look, but it is into the seats, out of play, 1-2. Lou, you and I both have our funny bones tickled by almost everything that Tristan Casas does.
Yes.
I mean, this is the guy who dries his hair on the staircase leading to the airplane. He's just so unique. And today, He put on a show before the game. I mean, he was sunbathing for like 2 hours.
He looks to dug out the third base out in the grass. Mariners were getting the infield work in. He's going through his yoga routine.
Why not?
That's where he gets his energy.
Hey,
from the sun.
I'm drinking coffee. He's taking the sun.
Yeah.
1-2 the pitch. That is very close. Man alive. A sweeper. Called a ball, and it's 2-2.
Good pitch. Good 1-2 pitch from Crawford there. Good job laying off it by Moore.
J.P. Crawford is on deck. Then Julio Rodriguez got to attack Moore here. 170 hitter this season. 2-2. Swing and a foul out of play. And Crawford, that was a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. And you've been on this a little bit, Lou. The limited rest, the velocity down. He's pitched well.
Well, he's got that elite fastball, the swing and miss, and it's only usually sits around 94.5 miles an hour. But on 4 days rest, sometimes, which he is right now, that 92, 93 leaks a little bit. And still been effective here today, though, for him.
2-2. That swung on and missed. He got him with a cutter up and in. Great pitch, and they're 2 down.
Kind of backed up on Moore. You know, the last place you want a slider is up and in, off the plate. A lot of times, you see that spin, you think it's going to come right over the middle of the plate. It's just a little cement mixer. Doesn't move, stays up and in, gets a swing and miss from Moore.
So now 2 down with 2 on for J.P. Crawford. We got rice all over the shorts, all over the floor.
He still hasn't cleaned up the rice.
Here's Crawford, who was walked and flied to center. 2 down in the 5th. Crawford is ready, looks to second. He throws, and a fastball misses high. The other thing that I am not privy to, Lou, at the moment with my little kids is the prevalence of Crocs in the world.
You take over. Those Crocs with socks. It's a different experience. But
you said it, not me. The 1-0 is a strike on the outside corner. I mean, like, when you and I were coming up, that we would have been laughed off the playground. But now it's the coolest thing you can do.
Socks, flip-flops, Crocs, whatever.
1-1 with 2 down. In the 5th, 3-0 Red Sox. Crawford is ready. Pitch to Crawford is outside, and it's 2-1.
80th pitch right there for Cutter. There's some action in the Seattle's bullpen, as I mentioned. They made Gilbert work. He's at 91 pitches. Not sure if he's done or not, but now we're starting to see some action down with John Schreiber getting loose for the Sox.
Dr. Leverage, the 2-1 pitch is skied into left field, and that is going to likely end the inning. Duran is looking up into the sun. Does he see the baseball? Yes, he does. He scared us a little bit. Hands to the sky, and the inning is over. Nice job by Crawford. He is through 5. I need to start wearing Crocs with socks. 3-0 Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
Set summer in motion with the most fun-to-drive Honda vehicles yet. Like the Civic, the vehicle Car and Driver called more fun to drive than the competition. And the HR-V, with sleek exterior styling and smooth, responsive handling. Summer's here. Chase fun in the sun with Honda.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Car and Driver, October 2021.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do, what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
Verbo Vacation Homes come with 24/7 live support. So if you ever need anything, you can reach a real person in about a minute. Because if it's 4 a.m. and you need assistance, the last thing you want to do is wait to talk to a robot.
Hey, how can I help?
After all, live support is an amenity every vacation home should have. Verbo, private vacation rentals for you and your people.
Jones and Mego, weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Logan Gilbert continues in the game. You'll see Adam Duvall So we go to the top of the sixth. Duvall, Casas, and Arroyo. The pitch to Duvee, as his teammates call him. We got Doogie and Duvee on the Red Sox this year. Duvall comes behind 0-1, beginning the Herb Chambers batting order, brought to you by Herb Chambers, Bentley, Lamborghini, Rolls-Royce, Maserati, Alfa Romeo, Boston. 0-1, low with a slider, and it's 1-1. Gilbert has thrown 93 pitches. A little bit surprising that he begins this sixth inning. Tall righty winds, the 1-1. High fly into left field. Hit pretty well, actually. I don't know that Canzone sees it. Now he picks it up just in front of the warning track. He's there to make the play, one down.
You can tell that sun's going to start getting tough out there in left field. We saw it last inning. Duran pop fly to Crawford. You think perfect. Then all of a sudden the arms come up to his side, and you're like, oh, can't see it. We saw Canzone fighting it a little bit out there as well in that one.
Casas at the plate. Arroyo on deck. Who's on deck? Brought to you by On Deck, America's largest online small business lender. Apply today. On Deck. You just channeled your inner Jerry Remy right there. You said we saw it.
Did I?
Yeah.
It comes out once in a while.
It should. Here's Tristan. The pitch is a strike. That was borderline at best. Bottom of the zone. 0-1.
That was below the Meeker pitch zone.
If only you had a Sista Leaser.
I do. I do have a Sista Leaser.
0-1 to Casas. That's down in. That one a curveball. It's 1-1. You brought that out a little bit with John Miller the other day in San Francisco, didn't you?
A little bit.
Yeah.
They put a lot of heat on me. Want me to talk about Turner and Devis.
Here's the 1-1. Casas takes a strike on a slider. It's 1-2.
Casas Rookie of the Month.
Yeah.
Month of July.
By the way, Ohtani won the Player of the Month, which almost never isn't the right thing, but this month it was.
Yeah.
Better numbers than Ohtani did. I think probably most people sort of split it in half and gave one to Ohtani, the other to Casas.
Well, you could have. We were looking at it before yesterday and could have given it to either one, but then you thought Casas gets Rookie of the Month then.
1-2. He swung on him as he got him with a splitter, and they're 2 down. Look, they both had great numbers, but I think if I remember correctly, Tristan's batting average for the month was like 350, and Ohtani 275. They had similar home runs, slugging, RBI numbers, so
it was a couple more home runs, I think. 9 for Ohtani, 7 for Casas, but you mentioned the average was probably about 50 or 60 or 70 points higher than Ohtani.
Here's Christian Arroyo with 2 down on the bases empty. Pitch is a strike on the inside corner, and I usually don't like it when MVP voters think about team record because baseball's not an individual game. I mean, it's if you're the best player, you're the best player. Here's the 0-1. That is grounded foul. But having watched Casas all month long, how many big hits did he have? I mean, 2 off Scherzer, 1 off Strider, 1 off Webb.
No, it was a fantastic month.
Now, Ohtani, he did.
I'm waiting for Ohtani to win Player of the Month and Pitcher of the Month.
Yeah, it'll happen. It definitely will.
How about week player? Has he done that yet?
It's a good question.
Because
0-2 is just outside Arroyo.
I wouldn't be surprised. I know he won Pitcher of the Month a week rather last week.
Well, like the other day, he threw a 1-hit complete game shutout, and the next day hit his 39th homer.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-2. Arroyo fouls it off, staying alive. Steak tips, lamb loin chops on sale at Shaw's and Star Market today through Thursday. Pick up value pack sirloin steak tips and lamb loin chops. Bone in for $6.97 a pound. You use the digital coupon Shaw's and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh. 1-2 to Arroyo. The pitch. That is, are you kidding? Spiked like 10 feet in front of the plate.
Wow.
In the dirt, 2-2. That barely made the dirt circle around home plate.
Yeah, 103 now here for Gilbert. I'm with you. Yeah, I think we're both in agreement with what Anaheim, Los Angeles did, the Angels, and I don't think either one of us thought it was very smart and really could backfire. You know, go all in to try to prove to Ohtani we can win here, and all you're doing is prove it to him that even when you go for it, you still fail.
And you don't get the return you would have, which had the chance to be absolutely enormous. Franchise altering. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swinging a soft ground ball to the left side. The third baseman Suarez has it. Stumbling, he throws to first in time. And Arroyo's gone. It's a 1-2-3. Top of the sixth for Gilbert. 3-0 Red Sox. I think Crawford's going to yield to Schreiber as we go to the bottom of the sixth. Good stuff again from Cutter in Seattle. 3-0 Boston on the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
Set summer in motion with the most fun-to-drive Honda vehicles yet. Like the Civic, the vehicle car and driver called more fun to drive, and the HR-V with sleek exterior styling and smooth, responsive handling. Summer's here. Chase fun in the sun with Honda.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Car and driver, October 2021.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
We are the Community College of Rhode Island. You know us as CCRI, and we're more than you think. We have 4 campuses across the state with guided financial aid and scholarship opportunities and the lowest tuition in Rhode Island. We offer daytime, evening, on-campus, and online classes to help you earn your degree on your time, with more than 90 programs to help you discover your career path or advance on the one you already have, and over 70 transfer agreements. CCRI is the smart choice. We know who we are. Now it's your turn. The Community College of Rhode Island. Find your future here.
Verbo Vacation Homes come with 24/7 live support. So if you ever need anything, you can reach a real person in about a minute. Because if it's 4 a.m. and you need assistance, the last thing you want to do is wait to talk to a robot.
Hey, how can I help?
After all, live support is an amenity every vacation home should have. Verbo, private vacation rentals for you and your people.
The Rich Keefe Show, weekday afternoons, starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
John Schreiber is on the mound for the Red Sox. His first pitch to Julio Rodriguez is a sinking fastball that misses inside 4, ball 1. Rodriguez tonight has popped out and struck out. And Johnny Leverage is on the mound. He's got a new weapon in his arsenal. The 1-0 is a strike with a sinker, and it's 1-1. He was telling us that the great pitching department figured out that if he stopped rotating his wrist, what they call pronating, when he released his changeup and just kind of let it go off his middle finger, it would be a better pitch for him. The 1-1 is swung on and missed. It's 1-2. He trusted that. He worked with it, and he says now it moves in a way that he never could have imagined.
That's going to be nice, too, against lefties. Still got that funky delivery, release point, 93 riding it up in the zone. That was just by J-Rod there.
So he's now got 4 pitches to work with. 3-0 Sox in the 6th. 1-2 to Rodriguez. That is strike 3 called. Beautiful slider. See ya, J-Rod, and there's 1 away.
It wasn't exactly where he wanted. Turned into a perfect pitch, though. He kind of wanted this thing outer half, maybe just off the plate to get him to fish. Instead, he kind of threw it right at a little front door slider and just froze Rodriguez, threw it in his front hip, ended up inner half.
So now Eugenio Suarez, right-handed hitter. Schreiber throws. That is another slider on the inside corner. Is that one as a right-handed hitter, Lou, where it starts at you and you just, you know, you can do nothing with it?
Yeah, you really got to see it. You know, you can see all the video and talk all you want about it, but you got to see that ball come at your hip knowing that's the one you want to hit.
0-1 is a check swing. That one way outside. A slider, but he almost got it.
Because what if it's straight?
You have to really commit to it. You'll swing and it'll hit you anyway.
Yeah.
1-1 the pitch. That almost hit Suarez. That'll buzz the tower with 92.
That'll get you off that slider down and away.
No kidding. Purpose pitch.
For the first time I faced Jeff Nelson. Remember him?
Oh, sure. He pitched here.
The Yankees at the time. John Valentin said, hey, the one that comes at you, let it go. That's the one you want to swing at, rather.
And
let it
did
fly.
You?
I got a knockoff.
There you go. Here's the pitch to Suarez. It's a strike on the inside corner. That part of the game, Lou, is so key, right? Like hitters, veterans sharing information.
Yeah, and there's a trust factor with the guy in the mound. I'm trusting that this ball that's at my hip isn't going to be straight, and he's throwing it where he wants.
Slider, and it's 3-2 to Eugenio Suarez.
If the sweeper was in existence back then,
yeah,
he had one of the best.
He had it, we just didn't know it. One down in the sixth, 3-2 the count. The pitch is lined down the left field line fair, and that's extra bases for Suarez. Duran picks it up on the outfield grass after a carom off the padded wall, and Eugenio Suarez continues to swing at his second hit today. He's had a real nice set against the Red Sox. That, for Gino, is his sixth hit, and he's in scoring position with one down.
Yeah, he's swung it real well. You know, as you mentioned before, the difference for this team this year is really underperforming offensively, but Suarez has been really good. But, you know, there's still a lot of presence, you know, in this lineup. Guys like J-Rod, this guy here, Cal Raleigh, Ty France, Teoscar Hernandez. The presence, you know, you get up to the plate, you know, you got to battle and execute, make pitches.
Here's Raleigh. Fastball high, ball one. Schreiber says that he's feeling as healthy as he has in a good long while. Remember, last year he was such a weapon out of the bullpen. But then hit a wall around the time of that Little League Classic where he gave up the game deciding hit. The 1-0 is swung on a miss. What a slider that was, and it's 1-1.
Got Connor Wong, too, in that fall through it off the mask. Kind of looks down and let's see, by accident. Rayburn's going to go out and clean off the plate, give Connor Wong a few seconds.
Professional courtesy. See, this copyright broadcast presented by authority of the Red Sox may not be restricted. Any formats and descriptions may not be disseminated without express written consent of EEI. And the Red Sox.
They were so good last year that there were times because of injuries, it's really all Cora had to turn to.
Pitch, swing, and a miss. There's that changeup, Lou. And it's a beauty. You can't throw it in a better location than that. It's 1-2.
Oh, that is a great pitch. Boy, 87 miles an hour. We know how Bayo uses the power sinker and that changeup off of it. Starts throwing that changeup right now. It's a good way to balance a lot of the stuff he throws at lefties.
1-2 to Raleigh, batting lefty. On the right side, Arroyo and Casas are way back. Schreiber throws. And a fastball high. We often see the people in the data and analytics video department, clip by clip, frame by frame, analyzing the hand position and finger slots of guys on the baseball as they throw every pitch. The 2-2 is just outside. They did that with Schreiber and the changeup. He said, they came to me with this video that said, if you stop rotating, what they call pronating your wrist, just let it fly, it's going to be a weapon. He trusted him, and it has been. Pretty amazing level of detail to change the guy's pitch. The 3-2 is softly on the ground to first. Will it stay fair? No. Casas loves it outside the bag, and it stays 3-2.
That's one of the big changes I think we've seen in baseball the last couple of years, how science has really affected guys' just stuff. You know, a guy like Joe Ryan comes to mind, right? I mean, he's still fastball, slider, changeup, and then all of a sudden in the offseason went to one of these and they started researching it, and let's get rid of your changeup, let's throw a split. Let's get rid of your slider, let's throw a sweeper. And it's all about wrist placement, you know, action, where you want to throw the baseball from. And guys are altering their stuff, getting extra movement, maybe taking speed off of it, year to year times.
3-2 pitch. Swing and another foul from Raleigh. And the count remains full. Subaru New England scoreboard. Don't miss out on a Subaru summer. Make the most of summer in a brand new 2023 Subaru. Well, a lot of stuff going to happen obviously tonight, but earlier today, Atlanta beat the Angels 12-5. Houston over the Guardians 3-2, and San Diego all over the Rockies 11-1. 3-2 is hard on the ground, foul outside of first. Kind of a line drive really for Raleigh, but foul ball fortunately, and it stays 3-2. Perry Minasian and the Angels are in an uncomfortable position, trying to do everything they can to keep Shohei Ohtani, but they really had a chance to do something bold, and I think now they're probably handcuffed and they'll lose Ohtani with very little to show for it. 3-2 with a runner at second, one down the pitch. Swing and a foul. He got the great changeup there, Raleigh, and somehow just hangs on. 3-2. One down, bottom six. 3-0 Red Sox over the Mariners. Cal Raleigh, something got in his eye, whether dirt, insect, otherwise. Steps out, now back in. 3-2. Good battle between Schreiber and Raleigh. Here's the pitch. Swing and a drive to right field. This is way back, and it's another home run for Cal Raleigh. He smashes his 5th homer of the season against the Red Sox, and it's 3-2 in Seattle.
It was a long, good at-bat from Raleigh. Schreiber threw him that good changeup, got a piece of it, fouled off some good sinkers down and in. So he finally got him. This guy has just been killing the Red Sox all year long. That's now his 5th home run. Saying his last at bat, like it's very uneasy, this guy coming up, given what you've seen him do to the Red Sox all year long. Continues to crush this team.
What a job. Barely hanging in, fouling that pitch off. Great changeup. And then he got one he can handle. Dave Bush to the mound. For every 4-bagger the Red Sox hit this season, Red Sox Radio Network donates $40 to Cars for Kids. We're making our donation. You should too. 877 Cars for Kids or carsforkids.com. So now, a one-run game. It feels like every game on the West Coast has been razor tight. Here's Ty France. One down, base is empty. The pitch to him. Sinker for strike. Home run has really hurt the Red Sox on this West Coast swing. The 0-1. That is a strike. Good slider, and it's 0-2. When you think about J.D. Davis. And here Raleigh a bunch of times. Ty France. Too many balls have left the yard. 0-2. Here it is. Slider misses outside. 1-2.
5th home run of the year. 8 RBIs against the Sox. He's hitting .500. Cal Raleigh.
Schreiber, just the 2nd home run he's surrendered in 21 innings. The 1-2. Slider outside. Cal Raleigh grew up an enormous Jason Varitek fan. Last time we were here a summer ago, they orchestrated a meeting between those two. The 2-2. Here's a ground ball to third. Devers has it. Smoothly crow hop. Throw to first in time. And the 2 down. We got Teoscar Hernandez. I mean, you played for your hometown team.
Yeah.
But it feels like Cal Raleigh likes to destroy the team he cheered for.
Well, it's got to be pretty cool. A little extra juice playing at Fenway Park. Then you had a lot of success, and now you got him back at your place, and it just continues.
Here's the pitch to Hernandez. Strike on the outside corner.
I don't really think it's really a nice way to play back a team that you've rooted for your whole life.
Yeah, we don't like it very much.
5 home runs. Come on, enough.
0-1 is a little blooper into shallow left field. Coming in is Duran. He's there to make the play. And the inning is over. Well, a 2-run homer for Raleigh. And because of it, the Mariners within a run, 3-2 after 6 in the Shaws and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Set summer in motion with the most adventurous Honda vehicles yet. Like the Passport and Pilot Trail Sport and the Ridgeline, built for off-road performance and engineered for more adventure. Summer's here. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2023 Honda Pilot, a 2.9% APR on a 2023 Passport, and a 0.9% APR on a 2023 Ridgeline.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
When you drive the most dependable brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
Radio BZ4X, Toyota.
Where easy listening goes all electric and accelerating is
Easy peasy.
BZ4X. Toyota, let's go places.
We are the Community College of Rhode Island. You know us as CCRI, and we're more than you think. We have 4 campuses across the state with guided financial aid and scholarship opportunities and the lowest tuition in Rhode Island. We offer daytime, evening, on-campus, and online classes to help you earn your degree on your time, with more than 90 programs to help you discover your career path or advance on the one you already have, and over 70 transfer agreements. CCRI is the smart choice. We know who we are. Now it's your turn. The Community College of Rhode Island. Find your future here.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action.
One-run game in Seattle, and one of their great relievers, Matt Brash, hard-throwing right-hander, comes out of the Seattle bullpen. He'll see Connor Wong, Yu Chang, and then the top of the order in Jarren Duran in the Herb Chambers batting order, which is brought to you by Herb Chambers Chevrolet of Danvers.
And this guy is filthy. Fastball's at 98. He's got one of the better sliders in the game as far as horizontal movement goes. Brash thrown 44 2/3 innings. He struck out 76. That's 15.3 strikeouts per 9. I mean, he just punches guys out, and it is his job.
Here's Connor Wong, right-handed hitter. The pitch to him is a slider. That's not his best one, but it clips the inside corner. 0-1.
Oh, it looked like a little cutter. A little get me over.
0-1 the pitch. That's another strike on the outside corner. No, called a ball. Wow, that looked good, but levels the count to Wong. 1-1. Connor has walked, doubled, and scored 2 runs. Having a great day at the plate. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss and a slider. And it's 1-2. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. 1-2. The pitch is swung on and missed. He got him with a slider. That was devastating, and Wong is out number 1.
4 pitches, 4 sliders. If you're Yu Chang, you got to be thinking the exact same thing. So they knocked Logan Gilbert out, the young star. 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs. Had 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, 104 pitches. I thought the Red Sox did a good job. Really, it was a Jarren Duran home run. Drew some walks, made him work.
Here is the pitch to Chang, misses outside ball 1. Lou, we came here thinking, man, yeah, the Red Sox miss Luis Castillo, but they're set up to face Kirby and Miller and Gilbert, all very good right-handers, as Chang fouls one back. And by all accounts, in every measure, the Red Sox have done a great job chasing these starters early in games.
Yeah, and they hit Miller around. He gave up 6 and 5 2/3, but the other guys I thought threw the ball well. They got Kirby out of there after 5.
1-1. Chang skies one foul.
And more of that approach we saw earlier in the year. Make these starters work. This is very good young staff. But they made them work. They made him throw some pitches and got a couple of these guys out a little sooner than maybe the Mariners would have liked.
Chang singled to right field last time, setting up the run-scoring hit from Yoshida, which right now is the difference in the game. 1-2. I mean, that is swung on and missed by 10 feet. Slider in the left-handed box, and there's 2 down. We take 10 seconds for station ID on the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Fleming, Lou Merloni. Jarren Duran leads off, rather batting with 2 down in the top of the 7th. He takes a fastball. It misses inside ball 1. How about that combo? Devastating slider and a 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
That's why you see swings like we just saw from Chang. He's starting to think 98 is going to paint away and ends up being 2 feet off the plate.
1-0 is grounded on the right side. The second baseman Moore has it. He throws the first inning over very quick for Brash. 1-run game, 3-2 stretch time in Seattle. see who comes out of the Red Sox bullpen. Nobody. It's going to be John Schreiber, 3-2 Sox on the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
Where easy listening goes all electric. And we're taking your requests. Hello, what can we play for you?
Hi, first-time caller, long-time listener. I'd love to hear something with an easy driving beat.
Coming right up.
Woo!
The all-electric BZ4X. Electric made easy beasy. Toyota, let's go places.
Set summer in motion with the most adventurous Honda vehicles yet, like the Passport and Pilot Trail Sport, and the Ridgeline, built for better off-road performance and engineered for more adventure. Summer is here. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2023 Honda Pilot, a 2.9% APR on a 2023 Passport, and a 0.9% APR on a 2023 Ridgeline.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
John Schreiber back on the mound for the 7th pitch to Dominic Canzone is a fastball high for ball one. Well, last night of the win, the Red Sox used Winkowski, Martin, and Jansen. And so because of that, they're going to lean on Schreiber for 2 here. After Cutter Crawford went 5 good innings, the 1-0 is outside a changeup, ball 2.
Yeah, he's at 29 pitches. That's a pretty big pitch count for him at this point. Like, just coming back. Somebody out there, lefty out there in that pen. Is that Blyer getting loose?
It is 2-0 to the dangerous Canzone, and that is outside ball 3. I think we've seen a couple times in this series, and really all week long, where the Red Sox still, because of all these bullpen games, which have gone okay, have asked people to do things they wouldn't otherwise do. The 3-0 misses outside ball 4. So that's a leadoff walk in a spot with a 1-run game beginning the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, now you got a guy here in Tommy Murphy that's hit a couple identical rocket one hoppers to left. He's 2 for 2 in this game. He's been swinging real well here for the Mariners.
Get to the Cape Cod League scores when time allows. Brought to you by Cape Cod Healthcare, the official healthcare sponsor of the Cape Cod League. Leadoff man aboard is Murphy, and he takes a strike on the inside corner of the sinker, and it's 0-1. It's the big leagues. You got to sometimes ask guys to do things they are not that comfortable with. But there are some trickle-down effects of some of the shortage in the pen and, frankly, in the rotation. 0-1, the pitch. That's a beautiful slider. Clearly, Murphy was looking for something else because that was right there, and it's 0-2.
It's a good pitch. Well, you mentioned it, too, when you go openers, it's, guys like Murphy have been pretty valuable. Rather than use him for a bulk, maybe use him for shorter outings at some point, maybe something like this, but he's a bulk guy.
0-2 just inside with a fastball, 1-2.
Mentioned Bernardino's been fantastic against lefties. You like to see him late in some high leverage versus lefties rather than opening a game. So those are like the effects that you feel. Now, Sale should be back at some point next homestand. Push those guys to the pen.
1-2. Ripped into left field. That's trouble if fair, and it is. Duran races over to his right. Really nice play there by Jaron inside the line to make the play on one hop and hold Murphy to a single. He's pull happy today. He is 3 for 3, and now tying run in scoring position. Go ahead run at first base. Still nobody out. Got to be thinking bunt. And the Mariners are going to pinch hit here with Cade Marlowe.
Yeah, I wonder if this is going to do it here once they announce him, too. You got Marlowe, the left-hander. They just announced him. You got Crawford leading off in that leadoff spot, and that's the move we're going to make.
Yep, here comes Alex Cora. It has not been close to a broken bat day for Tom Murphy, but CCL wants to remind you that if there's a broken bat, there's probably a better choice for lumber. Find the lumber for your next project at ccl.com. Schreiber's done. And again, the Red Sox just pushed him a little far here this afternoon. Game on the line, 3-2 in the bottom of the 7th. 2 on, no outs. Blyer to face Marlowe. When we return to the Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
America, it's time to gear up and get out there in a new Ford vehicle. And it all starts at your local Ford dealer during the Discover Summer Sales Event. Choose from a great selection of Ford trucks and SUVs equipped with the tech and comfort you need to discover your best summer ever. With a large inventory in stock, now is the best time to trade in, trade up, and discover summer with Ford. This is your time to discover summer at your local Ford dealer.
Arbella Insurance is the presenting sponsor of the Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. We've been proudly supporting Dana Farber and the Jimmy Fund and its mission to provide life-saving cancer care, research, education, and prevention for over 15 years. Donate $50 or more to the Jimmy Fund and you could save 6% off your car insurance with Arbella. Find a local independent agent at arbella.com. Arbella, here for the Jimmy Fund. Here for good.
Big time jam for Richard Blyer as he comes out of the Red Sox bullpen. 2 on, nobody out, with the Red Sox leading at 3-2. And John Schreiber walked the leadoff man, gave up a hit to Murphy. And now, with the pinch hitting Cade Marlowe, left-hander due up, here is Richard Blyer.
Well, stretching out Schreiber. A couple of righties in the bottom of the order there, but coming off the IL, they believe his 4th appearance. He just didn't look comfortable, coming out. First guy he faced, rather, Canzone, 4-pitch walk. Had 2 strikes on Murphy, couldn't finish him off. Now you got Blyer here, asked to clean it up. Well, they pinch hit Marlowe, the lefty. Now that Blyer's in the game, I don't know if corner infield's in, expecting a bunt. We'll see. That's what they decide to do here.
Here's Marlowe, no sign of a bunt. He takes a fastball low for ball 1. Marlowe batted 9th yesterday, was 1 for 4 with a run scored. Doubled and scored in game 1. The pitch to him is swung on a miss very late on a sinker, and it's 1-1. The day after the trade deadline, this is yet another one of those spots like with Jake's in the opener where it feels like the Red Sox really could have benefited from one more arm. The 1-1 is fouled back to the screen. And look, we get it, as you've said so many times. How could Whitlock and Saylor coming back? But the question is, how do you get to that time in one piece?
Looks like they may be back for that next road trip against Washington, meaning Houck and Whitlock, but it's 2 big high leverage arms you could have used here. But
here's a ground ball, foul outside of first.
And it's kind of in survival mode here. Try to pull this one out. You got Toronto over the weekend, then it's Kansas City and Detroit. My guess is at some point in that Detroit series, Chris Sale lined up in what could be a bullpen day on Saturday. He might get that start against Detroit.
Here's a ground ball up the middle into center field. That's a base hit, and this game is going to be tied. Coming around third is and Red Sox knotted at 3, and the Mariners have him at first and third. Still nobody out. That's been a huge issue for Richard Blyer, an inability to get lefties out.
Yeah, he really hasn't done that all year long. And this is what we were talking before. One guy that has got lefties all year long has been Bernardino. Kind of using that opener role. This ball was hit hard up the middle. Royal nowhere near it. Now you got real problems here in the bottom of the 7th.
Now, really would be Herculean to keep the game tied. Here's J.P. Crawford. He takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. So disappointing. I mean, it's a game the Red Sox have felt like they're in control of all day long. But now tied in a huge threat. First and third, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Swinging a pop foul. Third base side. And clearly, Blyer is looking for and needs a strikeout right here.
Yeah, you got him, especially now you got him 0-2. How do I get this guy out? I don't care who's on deck. I'll take first, third, one out, try to get out of the inning with the ground ball, but a lot of work to do still.
Throws to first, easily back, standing is Marlowe. The problem is that on deck is Julio Rodriguez. So they made a mess of it. The leadoff walk to Canzone, the 7-hole hitter, set this whole thing in motion. 0-2 pitch, way low, sinky fastball, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. The Red Sox bullpen has been fabulous, really all year long. But even in this stretch where they've been pushed so hard, Blyer says yes to Wong. The 1-2 pitch comes home, and it is swung on and fouled. We've seen this all week long. Crawford is not going to go down easily.
Well, it was a good slider, too, from Blyer. Would have caught the outside corner. Crawford does a nice job getting a piece of it.
3-3 in the 7th. 1-2, the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him with a great slider. Huge, huge first out for Blyer and the Red Sox in the 7th.
Well, that's the first step. You got ahead of him 0-2. You got to attack. Then you got to start thinking strikeout. That was a good curveball there. Got Crawford way out in front of it. Got the swing and miss. Like I said, that's the first step. Now you got to try to get a ground ball double play and see if you can sneak out of here, tie ball game.
And Rodriguez is so difficult to double off. Now Raffy coming to the mound to chat it over with Blyer. Connor Wong, Yu Chang, Christian Arroyo, and Tristan Casas joined the conversation. We owe you the results of our Diesel Direct question of the day about which Red Sox player you're most excited to have return. Lou went with the right-hander Tanner Houck. I thought Trevor Story would be the overwhelming winner, and indeed 67% of the voting public go with Trevor Story.
It's hard to object.
I mean, you're just like a higher level thinker than most.
I was thinking impact performance. I know Story's a special player. But
here's Julio, and he breaks his bat. Ground ball to short that's going to give the Mariners a lead, and Devers collides with Chang. It's 4-3 Seattle. They will not get an out. Another defensive disaster puts the Mariners ahead.
All right, you weren't going to turn 2 on this play. It's a broken bat. Ground ball here from Rodriguez that's right in between Devers, who's going to his left, and Chang, who's trying to charge it, maybe to just get that one out at second base. And they run into each other. And it goes under both of them into left field, which allows Marlowe to get the third. Now you're in the exact same spot. I mean, there's got to be some communication here. But yeah, someone's got to back off and see what is in front of him. Chang, see what's in front of him. Put that more on the shortstop that's behind Devers, who's just going for a ground ball to get a force out at second.
So now down a run, and here's Suarez, who's been great. First and third, still only one out. You had to get an out there. The pitch is low. The sinker, ball 1. To me, that's on Devers. I mean, it's right at the shortstop.
I still put it on. I put that on Chang more. Because as a third baseman, I'm going to get the baseball to my left to field this ground ball. Chang, he sees Devers in front of him. He's behind him.
1-0. Throw to first. The runner was kind of breaking home in Caballero, by the way, who is pinch run. I did not see that before. Caballero is on for Marlowe. He's the runner at third. It's a good point. Devers has all the momentum. He's cutting in front.
Well, they were going to score. It's just that it would have been, 2 outs, man on first base, down a run, and instead, you still got the same mess.
1-0 is a strike. Fastball in the inside corner. This feels like an imperative spot to get an out without allowing a run. Bottom of the 7th, 4-3 Seattle. They will have the heart of the order up, will the Red Sox, Verdugo, Yoshida, and Devers coming up. 1-1 runner goes from first. A line drive into right field. That's a base hit. Coming over to score is Caballero. Over to third, Rodriguez. It's 5-3 Seattle. An absolute meltdown in the 7th.
Yeah, this ball was smoked. The sinker down and away. He doesn't try to pull it, which is what Blyer would love for him to do, to try to get him to roll over. J-Rod's running on the pitch. And now we're back to first and third again. And somehow they gave Julio Rodriguez a hit. I mean, I guess.
Nobody touches it.
Hit a ground ball. Two infielders run into each other, and it goes through. It's a knock. I think you put that in the category of a play that should be made. That went on as a hit. And that list is getting long and long all year long for this team.
Too many plays like that. Now Cal Raleigh, the last guy you want up in this spot. Mariners with 3 runs in. They scored 2 in the next 3 now in the 7th. They got 10 hits. And the bullpen is just not holding up here today. Looks like Llovera is going to begin to throw for the Red Sox. Still a huge moment here for Blyer. Cal Raleigh is the hitter. The pitch, swing and a miss. And that right there, Lou, is something the Red Sox needed with 2 strikes on a couple of occasions from Blyer. He just hadn't missed enough bats.
First and third, 1 out. 2 runs ago. 3 hitters ago. You're in the same spot again. They get the ground ball, the strikeout.
A 1. Swing and a miss. Cutter. And it's 0-2. You just can't win big league games when you don't make the routine plays on the infield. And that has far too often been so for these Red Sox.
1-run lead. First and third, 2 outs. A lot different than a 2-run lead. First and third, 1 out. It's a simple ground ball. Miscommunication.
0-2. Swing and foul back. Man, that cannot be where Blyer wanted that 0-2 pitch. It was right there, and fortunately, Raleigh fouled it straight back. (5-3) Seattle. No balls, 2 strikes. Blyer throws, and Raleigh grounds it foul. Even that was hit hard. Outside the third base line, and it stays 0-2.
Another good at-bat from Raleigh.
Last time he spoiled a lot of 2-strike pitches from Schreiber, and then homered. That made it a 1-run game in the 6th. Now Seattle ahead by 2 in the 7th. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a foul. Again, and that was up above the zone with a cutter. It remains 0-2.
Red Sox on the year, 43-2. When leading after the 6th inning. Again, they had the lead coming into this inning.
In danger of that here. 0-2. Here's another one. Swinging a high pop-up on the left side of the infield. Chang, Devers looking up into a high sky, and it's Chang wobbling a little bit to make the play. And the 2 down. Not to rehash it, but it was surprising to see Schreiber on the mound to begin this inning. Then Blyer. And now Llovera going to come on because Alex Cora is out of the Red Sox dugout. Blyer faces 5 hitters, gets a couple of them, and now it'll be to Llovera to keep this thing a 2-run Mariner lead. 5-3, first and third, 2 down. Call to the bullpen on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, it's the perfect time to check out all the great content at buyfordnow.com. Find Ford offers you won't see advertised anywhere else. Search Ford dealer inventory for your dream vehicle. Compare Ford SUVs, trucks, and electric vehicles versus the competition. Calculate your trade-in value and learn about exclusive offers for military and first responders. So, visit buyfordnow.com and then see your New England Ford dealers.
America, it's time to gear up and get out there in a new Ford vehicle. And it all starts at your local Ford dealer during the Discover Summer Sales Event. Choose from a great selection of Ford trucks and SUVs equipped with the tech and comfort you need to discover your best summer ever. With a large inventory in stock, now is the best time to trade in, trade up, and discover summer with Ford. This is your time to discover summer at your local Ford dealer.
Mauricio Llovera, who pitched a couple times in the series in San Francisco, comes on now with 3 runs in. 2 down, first and third in the bottom of the 7th. Seattle leading the Red Sox. They scored 5-3. And this bullpen, which has been so steady, Managed so effectively by Alex Cora. Out of steam a little bit today. Need to right after the game take the free Fenway shuttle to Encore Boston Harbor pickup. Located on David Ortiz Drive across from Gate A. More information, visit EncoreBostonHarbor.com/Fenway shuttle. We do want to remind you to stay tuned for the Nissan post-game show after the ball game. Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience that thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. And Lou, both of us caught off guard a little bit when Schreiber came back onto the mound in this bottom of the 7th inning. And you used Winkowski, Martin, Jansen last night, but Pivetta gave you 8 innings the night before. Hard to figure with an off day tomorrow that the Red Sox had to push Schreiber the way they did.
Yeah, get that off day tomorrow. You mentioned Martin. We saw Martin in the 7th when it was top of the order. In that 7th inning, if you go back, it was, at the beginning of this inning, I should say, it was 7-8-9. So the idea of maybe keeping Martin in for that 8th inning, get the top of the order, that's what you were looking for, but they just kind of ran out of guys to give you a 7th inning, and you tried to push it with Schreiber.
These games are so key. The pitch to Ty France is a slider from Llovera, which has proven to be a real good weapon. It misses outside for ball 1.
Well, you got to keep it right where it is. You got to execute one pitch here.
1-0 pitch is up and into France. 2 balls and no strikes.
Llovera's got pretty good stuff. That 96, 97 mile an hour two-seamer. It's got some good action and a pretty good slider to go with it.
France is 0 for 3 today. The 2-0 is swung on and missed. Good fastball, and it's 2-1. Red Sox are 2 left-handed in their bullpen. And at some point here with Whitlock and Houck coming back, maybe even some of the guys acquired in the Kike deal coming to the big league team soon. The 2-1 is fouled off on the first base side. Decisions are coming. And you have to think that Bernardino is safe. Murphy is safe. And some left-handers are going to be in the crosshairs a little bit. 2-2. Runner goes. The pitch is outside. Wong will throw through, and it's one hop caught by Arroyo. Thrown home, not in time. Julio Rodriguez scores. The Mariners steal a run, and it's 6-3. Hard to understand why that throw was ever made.
First and third defense, to me, it's never about the base stealer. It's always about who's on third. If there's a slow runner at third base and a guy takes off, let's try to throw him out. We're not worried about the man on third base scoring on the throw. But when it's somebody like Julio Rodriguez with exceptional speed on third base, that would concern you to the point where you wouldn't even bother throwing down because they're trying to steal a run, which is exactly what just happened.
Defense has not been the Red Sox friend in this inning. 3-2 with 2 down. Carlos Febles, Ramon Vasquez huddled up. The 3-2 up and in. That's ball 4. And they got to be saying to themselves, what happened there? Why did that throw go through? Wong has been fabulous for the Red Sox all season long, but that is just a mental cramp.
Well, the thing is, Suarez 2 on first base, as you saw, he ran and halfway pulled up. He wasn't trying to steal the base. He was trying to get the Red Sox to throw to second to get Julio Rodriguez to score. And with 2 outs, 2 strikes to France, why even bother? Go for the hitter.
So here's Teoscar Hernandez. Still 2 on, 2 out. The pitch is a little bit inside with a slider. 1-0.
This has been the problem here for Llovera. We're talking about the stuff. It can play, but the command has been off. Falling behind hitters. Walking guys.
1-0 the pitch. Slider on the ground to third. Devers has it. He'll throw all the way across to first in time, and Hernandez is gone. A very difficult bottom of the 7th. 4 runs in for the Mariners. They lead the Red Sox 6-3 after 7. The Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
Set summer in motion with the most adventurous Honda vehicles yet, like the Passport and Pilot Trail Sport, and the Ridgeline, built for better off-road performance and engineered for more adventure. Summer's here. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2023 Honda Pilot, a 2.9% APR on a 2023 Passport, and a 0.9% APR on a 2023 Ridgeline.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
The second half of the baseball season is here, and each game means a little bit more. We're talking pennant races and wild card chases, with each pitch bringing us closer to the playoffs. The free Odyssey app lets you listen to live play-by-play of your local team. So no matter what you're up to, you'll never have to miss another game. Download the free Odyssey app today. And keep baseball close by all summer long. That's AUDACY. Odyssey. Take Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Well, with 3 lefties due up to begin the top of the 8th for the Red Sox, Verdugo, Yoshida, and Devers, the Mariners, understandably go to their lefty in the bullpen, Gabe Spire, whom we saw in Game 1. He'll see Verdugo to lead things off. 6-3. Red Sox now trailing in the Herb Chambers batting order. Verdugo, then Raffy, brought to you by Herb Chambers Kia of Burlington. Another real frustrating couple of innings, particularly defensively for the Red Sox. Verdugo waits. Spire at the belt. He throws, and Alex takes a strike on the inside corner. Look, homers happen, Lou. Mistakes made, but the defense snowballed that inning. This should, at the very least, be like a 1-run deficit, but Red Sox gave away a couple of runs. 1 to Verdugo. Walked in a single, and he misses inside to Spire. 1-1.
Even that first and third, it's almost like Connor didn't come up and throw right away anyway. Suarez head held up. Arroyo did a nice job actually picking it to get the throw back to home, but it wasn't nearly in time to get Rodriguez. First and third, 2 strikes, 2 outs. You're trying to steal a run. He just sort of played right into their hands.
1-1 is a strike on the outside corner, 95.
The other thing is, we never know what's going on with the team as far as guys that are down, guys that are available. But Pivetta and Jakes took care of Game 1. You had reset your bullpen. Winkowski, Martin, Jansen. They threw last night.
1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him with a really good slider. There's 1 down.
You would have thought with a day off tomorrow, they would have been available in back-to-back like those 3 guys. Instead, it was Schreiber to go for the extra inning. Like I said, we don't know where Winkowski is. A lot of times you find out after the game that he was down because he wasn't feeling good or whatever it might be. So it's just a little surprising that you didn't see that same sort of look that we've seen so many times after Schreiber gave you 1. Go right to Wink, Martin, Jansen.
Here's Yoshida. He lines one foul down the left field side. I mean, this felt so promising for the Red Sox for so much of the day. A 3-run lead after 5 full innings. A 2 in the 6th and 4 in the 7th. The Mariners now doubling up Boston. 6-3. 0-1 the pitch. Yoshida grounds it up the middle, but right at the shortstop. Crawford, he bobbles, plays it with a bare hand, throws the first in time. Nice recovery, and they're 2 down. And for all the hand-wringing about pitching and who wouldn't or would move at the deadline, Lou, the defense on this team all year long has been a problem.
Well, that's the thing. When you get these 3 arms back, Trevor Story, we can talk about adding 3 good arms to this pen and or rotation, whatever it may be, but defensively, it's got to tighten up.
2 down for Devers. He swings and misses over the top of a slider. It's 0-1. Has broken their back so many times. Extra outs, extra runs. 0-1 to Devers. 2 down, bases empty. The pitch. Swing and a foul. Today's attendance brought to you by Citgo. 37,942. Whether you're off to the ballpark, dog park, or amusement park, Citgo top-tier tri-clean gasoline gets you where you're going. Near or far, when you start with Citgo, you're good to go. 0-2 to Devers. 3-run hole in the 8th. The pitch is up and in. Fastball. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Ball on deck, then it would be Casas. 2 down, bases empty. 1-2. That's low. Sinker, 2-2. You're right, Lou. They've pitched him very carefully.
Yeah, inspired a little bit different, too. Like, he's got that 96 little two-seamer, so being lefty-lefty, he has come up and in with that fastball, but keeping everything away from him.
2-2. Down and in. 3-2. I mean, a walk here would be a great play.
No, I think he'll take it all day long. And that's why he's been picking up some more walks here recently, which is nice, seeing the ball a little bit better. But I mentioned Spire, 96 with good sinking action. He's not afraid to come in with that against Devers. Just a lot of the righties trying to keep the ball away from him. They're going to have a little talk on the mound.
Which is a complicated issue here for Murphy and Spire. In some ways, you got to say, I know this is a fearsome hitter. He's a lefty. You got to attack him. I mean, it's 6-3. Raffy should see a strike here.
Raffy's sitting there asking TJ Rayburn, the home plate umpire, kind of gesturing, hey, go talk to him. I don't know what we get going on. We got a trainer,
maybe? See something going on. Woodworth, the pitching coach, Service, the manager, and a member of the training staff are going to go out. That would certainly be something if the lefty had to be pulled here in a 3-2 count to Devers. He's got the bat resting on his neck. They're all huddled up on the mound. The catcher, Murphy, is saying a few words to the manager, Scott Service. Watching the replay after that most recent pitch, and Spire sort of looked down, pulled at his jersey, walked off the mound, and he may be done. Umpires out there. He's going to stay in. He said the right things.
Yeah, he actually stepped back on the rubber, getting ready to face Devers, and he gestured with his glove for Murphy to come out a couple of times. So it wasn't like Murphy saw anything either. He just, come on out here. Now, at the time, he just thought he wanted to talk about this 3-2 pitch. We'll see how he looks here after this one.
2 down, bases empty, 3-2 to Devers after the long delay. The pitch is swung on and fouled. Well, you challenged him a little bit, but that was a perfect sinker at the bottom of the zone. It stays 3-2.
Looks healthy to me. 96-mile-an-hour sinker down and in. Good God.
Here comes another payoff pitch. It is swung on and looped into center field. That is a base hit. Good stuff from Devers. Inning continues. With 2 outs, here comes the right-handed hitting Duvall, and he will not see Spire. That is great stuff from Devers, because now you got action. Duvall will see the righty, and if somehow, some way he could reach, then Casas would get a chance as the tying run against a right-handed pitcher. 3-run deficit. Devers at first with 2 down. Call to the bullpen. On the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
America, it's time to gear up and get out there in a new Ford vehicle. And it all starts at your local Ford dealer during the Discover Summer Sales Event. Choose from a great selection of Ford trucks and SUVs equipped with the tech and comfort you need to discover your best summer ever. With a large inventory in stock, now is the best time to trade in, trade up, and discover summer with Ford. This is your time to discover summer at your local Ford dealer.
Arbella Insurance is the presenting sponsor of the Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. We've been proudly supporting Dana Farber and the Jimmy Fund and its mission to provide life-saving cancer research, education, and prevention for over 15 years. Donate $50 or more to the Jimmy Fund, and you could save 6% off your car insurance with Arbella. Find a local independent agent at arbella.com. Arbella, here for the Jimmy Fund. Here for good.
During this call to the bullpen, it's the perfect time to check out all the great content at buyfordnow.com. Find Ford offers you won't see advertised anywhere else. Search Ford dealer inventory for your dream vehicle. Compare Ford SUVs, trucks, and electric vehicles versus the competition. Calculate your trade-in value and learn about exclusive offers for military and first responders. So, visit buyfordnow.com and then see your New England Ford dealers.
Justin Topa, the right-hander, out of the Seattle bullpen. You see Adam Duvall, the Red Sox, trying to get back in this thing. It's 6-3 Seattle. Devers, after a base hit, is on first base with 2 down. Duvall 0 for 3, facing Topa, who's on the mound for the 47th time. He's got really good numbers. And the Sox, at the moment, trying to come from behind in a key spot. A loss here today would split the season series with the Mariners. It would pull Seattle even with Boston in the wild card race. And, of course, it would then open up so many other possibilities for tiebreakers between these two teams.
We really hope, we've got a long way to go, but really hope that last run that the Seattle Mariners stole isn't the difference in this one, because it's really a play that really never should have happened.
There's Duvall, who's 0 for 3, trying to keep this rally going. And now, did Duvall call for time?
No, he's warning him. He's got to make sure Duvall is ready and alert in the box. He started to get in his delivery before Duvall looked at.
Actually, I misspoke. A win here for the Mariners would get them within 1 game of the Red Sox in the wild card race. 2 down for Duvall. The pitch is outside. How tantalizing, Lou, is it? The idea that Tristan Casas could bat in this inning is the tying run. He's on
get
deck.
him up, that's for sure.
1-0 to Duvall. Baffy leading at first. The pitch going in. Ball 2.
Well, Topa's going to run that 95-mile-an-hour sinker. Pretty much sinker slider to righties. He'll show the occasional cutter. Now, introduce the changeup to lefties, but he just loves this sinker slider mix. Duvall up ahead and count 2-0, looking for something out over.
Trying to do some damage here. The 2-0 is low. Ball 3. What do you do here, Lou? I mean, it's a 3-run deficit. You trust Duvall with real power, but you would imagine he's got to be very selective here.
3-0, I'm taking. That's just me, though. I don't hit the ball 500 feet like Duvall. But, you're down 3.
3 balls, no strikes. The pitch is taken. That was the pitcher's pitch. Actually, pretty borderline. Called a strike, and it's 3-1.
The other times, too, I don't know how many times you've seen Topa, but sometimes you just want to see what a strike looks like out of the guy's hand. And now sees what that sinker looks like that's going to be a strike.
3 balls, 1 strike, 2 down, and now Duvall does call time. Murphy stands up, and actually Adam is asking the home plate umpire, DJ Rayburn, what's going on?
I think he was coming set again, and Duvall looked at him like, hey, being quick pitched again, are you going to do something? You already gave him a warning once.
That'd be ball 4.
And, yeah, exactly. It would have been ball 4, and Rayburn gave Duvall a timeout, and I think Duvall was saying, I wasn't looking for a timeout. I'm just looking for you to slow him down.
3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Duvall grounds it softly to third. That was ball 4. Suarez has it. He throws to first in time, and the inning is over. That's a big pitch in this game for Topa and the Mariners. To the bottom of the 8th we go. 6-3 Seattle. The Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Set summer in motion with the most adventurous Honda vehicles yet, like the Passport and Pilot Trail Sport, and the Ridgeline, built for better off-road performance and engineered for more adventure. Summer's here. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2023 Honda Pilot, a 2.9% APR on a 2023 Passport, and a 0.9% APR on a 2023 Ridgeline.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
We are the Community College of Rhode Island. You know us as CCRI, and we're more than you think. We have 4 campuses across the state with guided financial aid and scholarship opportunities and the lowest tuition in Rhode Island. We offer daytime, evening, on-campus, and online classes to help you earn your degree on your time, with more than 90 programs to help you discover your career path or advance on the one you already have, and over 70 transfer agreements. CCRI is the smart choice. We know who we are. Now it's your turn. The Community College of Rhode Island. Find your future here.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Now to the bottom of the eighth we go. Red Sox trailing the Seattle Mariners 6-3. Big opportunity there by the wayside in the top of the inning. Dominic Canzone and Tom Murphy and Jose Caballero. 3 due up for the Mariners in there. Herb Chambers batting order brought to you by Herb Chambers Kia of Burling. Play this left-handed hitter with power to pull on the infield. The pitch from Mauricio Llovera, who stays in the game, as a slider that misses outside, ball 1. Really painful. Bottom of the 7th, the 1-0 is fouled straight back out of play. It's 1-1.
Yeah. Starting the 6th, too. You mentioned going to the bottom of the 6th, it's a 3-0 game. You sort of feel like Gunnar Crawford was really good for you in 5 innings. 4 hits, no earned runs, struck out 5. Just kind of cruising, keeping this lineup silent.
1-1 pitch. On the ground, hard to the right side, backhanded by Casas. Llovera very quickly over to Covery there. Gets the feed, and there's 1 down.
Cal Raleigh stepped to the plate again. 2-run homer, and then broke it out there in that 7th inning. Yeah, it's just frustrating game here for the Sox. Finish up this road trip.
So here now is Tom Murphy, right-handed catcher, who is 3 for 3. 3 shots into left. I know that I mostly agree with you, Lou, about how the offense dictates this team as Murphy grounds one on the right side. Again, backhanded by Casas, a low hop. Very nicely done. He feeds Llovera again. That was good on both ends, and they're 2 down.
Next, Casas really shaded over on the righty. He was almost sitting, he almost caught this ball over towards second baseman because he's playing way up there, and the Royals playing up the middle. Easy play for Casas, very difficult throw. Being so far away, and Llovera covering the base. He does a nice job, Llovera does, of making sure he holds on to that bag when he's running over there.
So, the attendance, we told you, good crowd, brought to you by Citgo, 37,942. And you're right that most of the time this team goes where the offense takes them. But I actually think that the most predictive thing of all is whether or not they play a clean defensive game.
Yeah.
Here's Caballero, right-handed hitter. He takes the fastball up, and they've not done that today.
No, and sometimes, as we mentioned it, we've been saying it all year, it's not the errors, and they have their fair share of those, that's for sure. It's a lot of the plays that should be made that aren't, that go as hits.
Including that ball between Chang and Devers, on which they collided 2-0 as Caballero brushed back.
You look at last night, that was a 2-run win. It's a beautiful play by Duran out in left field. Diving play that saved a couple of runs. That's how you win ball games. And
2-0 strike on the outside corner.
And you're right. Just my thing is that when you put up 6-7 runs, you can mask that mistake you might make in the field, or misplay, or base running mistake. Not when you put up 3 runs.
Really not a lot going on offensively. 2-1 is down and in. And baseball cliches exist for a reason. Leadoff walks to the bottom third of the order with a lead haunt you.
Well, that 7th inning started with 7, 8, 9 hitters, walk, single, single. That's your bottom third.
3-1 is a hard ground ball, foul outside of third.
That usually smells a lot of runs. Big crooked number, and you put up a 4 spot.
Casas, Arroyo, and Wong do up for the Red Sox. Then it'd be Chang. It feels very hard to imagine that he will hit if it gets to that in the 9th inning. On their bench, the Red Sox do have Turner, Reyes, Ref, Snyder, McGuire. I think Turner probably stay away from him. 3-2, strike 3 called on the outside corner. Inning too late for the Red Sox, but 3 outs to work with. 6-3 they trail. 9th inning next. The Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Odyssey's I'm Listening is our commitment to more mental health conversations. Here's Corey Taylor of Slipknot on getting the help you need.
When people feel like they can't get any help, that's when they isolate, and that's when they hurt themselves. Find what works. If it's medication, it's medication. If it's therapy, it's therapy. If it's both, it's both. But don't be afraid to try both. There's nothing wrong with admitting that you need help.
Talk saves lives. For more mental health conversations, visit imlistening.org.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Summer's here. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
New Dove Men Body Wash gives 24 hours of nourishing micro-moisture. That means your skin feels healthy and smooth from your morning workout playlist to the podcast that gets you through your multiple bus and subway commute, to the relaxing dinner background music you play for your date, all the way through to the white noise that helps you sleep. Get healthier, smoother feeling skin all day with new Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash.
Gresh and Fourier, weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, the Mariners closer at the time is in this game. Mariners try to hold on to this 6-3 lead. It is Andres Munoz, who we saw in game 1. Tried to come in for an inning plus, inning in the third save. He didn't need it. The Mariners exploded in the 8th inning. They actually pulled him for that 9th inning, but he has been very good for these Mariners all year long. Currently comes in here 2-4. He's only got a couple of saves. Remember, they sent out their closer Paul Sewell to Arizona in a trade earlier the other day. 2.92 ERA. He has been very impressive. He will face Casas, Arroyo, Wong scheduled to hit here for the Red Sox. Down 6-3 rather here in the 9th. Tristan Casas gets ready. Step up to the plate. The great Will Fleming.
Great indeed. The Herb Chambers batting order in this inning brought to you by Herb Chambers, Maserati Boston, Maserati Millbury, and Maserati Warwick. Here's Casas. Takes the fastball from Munoz, the flame-throwing closer. Strike one on the outside corner.
99 for Munoz. He's got a great slider, too. Sits around 88.
0-1 outside. Let's just say this, Lou. Red Sox have 3 outs to play with. Trailing by 3. They'll be ready to leave the West Coast. It has not been kind to them this year.
No, it has not.
1-1 is swung on and missed.
Dropped 2 out of 3 out in San Fran. Danger of dropping 2 out of 3 here. Dropped 2 out of 3 out in Oakland. Those are the last 3 trips out here.
I mean, you won the series in Arizona. You took 2 or 3 from the Padres, but you got swept by the Angels. Look, we get it. The time zones are real, and there's a lot of travel. The schedule makers did the Red Sox 0 favors. 2 trips out west in the span of 2.5 weeks. 1-2 to Casas. The pitch. That's outside. Good take, and it's 2-2. That shouldn't happen, but Red Sox have not made enough hay, and if they don't score any more, I think it'll be 12 of the 17 road games in the West Division where they've scored 3 runs or fewer. 2-2 is a blooper into shallow left field. Coming in is Canzone. He's there to make the play, and there's 1 away.
Yeah, to that point, that's not a recipe of success for these Boston Red Sox. You know, when they score less than 4 runs, they're 6-34. And we saw this whole road trip. Now, they exploded last night for 6, but they've been pretty much right around that 2.5 runs a game, other than that 6-run effort last night.
It is just an absolutely enormous homestand coming up. They'll be off tomorrow, and then 3 with Toronto, 3 with Kansas City, rather 4 with the Royals, and 3 with the Tigers. Here is Reese McGuire pinch hitting for Christian Arroyo. He takes a fastball outside, ball 1. What a night last night for Reese in his hometown. Hit his first home run, returning off the IL. 1-0. Swing and a miss with a big slider, and it's 1-1. But Lou, Red Sox have been awesome at home. Offensively, they've been dominant, but the Blue Jays series obviously critical, but then Tigers, Royals, you have to make hay back at Fenway. The 1-1 is a cue shot foul straight back, and it's 1-2.
And then you go on that long road trip, and it starts with 3 in Washington. So it's Kansas City, Detroit, Washington. Now they're playing a little better baseball, as is Detroit, but that's a big trip too, because after Washington, it's the Yankees and Houston on that long road trip.
Pivotal time for the Red Sox, trailing 6-3 in the ninth, 1-2 with one down to Reese McGuire. The pitch, swing, foul, straight back. Connor Wong is out on deck. Yu Chang would be due up. I just don't envision a scenario where he will hit in this inning.
No, I'm with you there. Again, McGuire's only lefty, but you would think a guy like Refsnyder, or even Reyes.
1-2, swing and a miss. He got him. Strike 3 is called, and the Red Sox down to their last out. Lou, after this disappointing road swing, which almost guaranteed to finish 2-4, do you think that will change the decision about whether the time is now to bring Trevor Story back?
No, I don't. I think it's all about when Trevor Story is ready. I think that he will be back. Whether it's after the Toronto series, but I would fully expect to see him against Kansas City.
Here's Connor Wong, the Red Sox last hope. He takes fastball outside for ball 1. Refsnyder is indeed out on deck. You'd love to get Jaron Duran up as the tying run, but a lot has to happen between here and then. 1-0. Wong takes a strike. That was right at the bottom of the zone, 98 miles an hour, and it's 1-1. He won last night, 6-4. Had a 3-0 lead after the top of the 6th here today, the 1-1. That's a strike. Slider, 1-2, and Boston down to their last strike.
That's a good slider there, too.
Cutter Crawford, really good again for 5 innings. The 1-2 is outside, a slider. But after Schreiber pitched very effectively his last couple of times, he gave up 2 runs in the 6th on a homer to Cal Raleigh, and then he returned for the 7th. Leadoff walk and a base hit, and the game got out of control from there. 6-3 Seattle, 2-2 to Wong. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Ball game over. The Red Sox drop 2 of 3 in Seattle. They lose 4 of 6 on this West Coast swing, and they will not make up ground in the wild card race. 6-3, Mariners win it. Another disappointment on the Pacific Coast. Totals and postgame show next on the Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
Set summer in motion with the most fun-to-drive Honda vehicles yet. Like the Civic, the vehicle Car and Driver called more fun to drive than the competition. And the HR-V, with sleek exterior styling and smooth, responsive handling. Summer's here. Chase fun in the sun with Honda.
Contact your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Car and Driver, October 2021.
When you drive the most dependable mass market brand, you can stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see yourself behind the wheel of the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Kia received the fewest reported problems among mass market brands in the J.D. Power 2021 to 2023 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Studies. 2023 study based on 2020 models. See jdpower.com/awards for 2023 details.
The second half of the baseball season is here, and each game means a little bit more. We're talking pennant races and wild card chases, with each pitch bringing us closer to the playoffs. The free Odyssey app lets you listen to live play-by-play of your local team. So no matter what you're up to, you'll never have to miss another game. Download the free Odyssey app today and keep baseball close by all summer long.